right, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another stream. OJ live tonight. Hopefully we got a good stream for you guys, or you guys enjoy the content. Going to have a lot of stuff to talk about, man. There was a big day in the world of gaming. Had a lot of cool Nintendo stuff to talk about. Had a lot of just stuff in general, right? We had Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. More talk about that. We had all sorts of stuff, man. It was pretty cool. We've got Media Create sales, or actually Japanese Famitsu sales, which kind of got overshadowed a little bit today because of how big the news was with like Terry and all the live streaming going on. The 8-hour stream I did before. So a lot of cool stuff, man. A lot of cool stuff to get into, which we're going to talk about. I think I already had some people talk about like Persona 5 Royale and the sales and why Atlas doesn't do certain things. We're going to discuss all of that tonight. So don't worry. We'll go by one. We'll break everything down the way that we always do it here. But before we get into all of that, I want to say thank you guys so much for the support recently on the channel. You guys' support helps really make these streams good and entertaining. The fact that we can stream for 10 plus hours today is part of you guys' support, man. So thank you guys so much. We did 8 hours earlier today. We're going to do another at least 2 to 3 hours tonight minimum, you know. So thank you guys so much for the support. I really do appreciate that. Now let's go ahead and get into some Ninja news. We didn't have any new videos for today because I was up early in terms of like the presentation, the Terry presentation, but we will get back to our regular schedule probably tomorrow afternoon. You guys will see a normal video now that we're kind of going. I don't have to wake up like at 3 a.m. or whatever like I did before. So you will see a normal video probably then, and we'll continue to have our live streaming. Thank you guys so much for the support in terms of Elite Ninja. 185, trying to get to at least 190. So we're pretty close there. We got some new people that hopped into the Discord. So awesome stuff there. New people that want to get involved in the Super Smash Brothers gameplay, Terry and all of that. I might try out some more Terry tonight. So if you do want to play and you're not an Elite Ninja yet, make sure you sign up Elite Ninja status so we can get you into our Discord. And so you can get on my friends list so you can play against me in Super Smash Brothers and other games. Now, next up, what we're going to talk about is kind of like the focus in terms of other videos that I'm going to be doing. I'm looking at providing a video for you guys talking about some hidden gems. I think that's a video that I kind of wanted to get into in terms of games that are coming out and stuff like that, and some upcoming games that I'm looking forward to that might be off the radar. So just look out for those videos coming pretty soon here. All right, guys. All right, I think that's it for Ninja News. If you haven't seen my reaction to the Terry presentation, I'll probably put up the edited version of it to where it's just like the 45-minute presentation. So I'll probably put up that on the channel at some point. I did have that recorded separately, so that can go up on the channel. So look out for that pretty soon here, guys. All right. That's it for Ninja News. Let's go ahead and get into shout-outs. If you're here in the chat, you want me to say hi, feel free to say hi in the chat. I'll be more than happy to say hi back to you. I want to say big shout-outs to Mr. Marcus Lacey's here as well. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate the support earlier, man. Really do. I didn't expect that, but thank you once again for the support earlier on the stream. I really do appreciate that, my man. I really do. Let's go and get into some more shout-outs here. Is Twitch Boys not working? And if a mod can put in a command to see if CloudBot actually wants to show up to work today, that'd be great. I did turn them off and turn them back on, but if a mod wants to put in one command, that'd be great. What's up, Marcus Lacey? What's up, Dusty Sice? Okay, Gunmetal Otaku. All right, good. Twitch Boys, we're working today. Jason James. Thank you, Jason James, for the $1.99 starting up the stream before we even really got into it. So thank you for the $1.99. That does make you the top stream ninja with that $1.99. So I do appreciate your support and your Elite Ninja status as well, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the Elite Ninja Village. And let's go ahead and get your name up here on the board, my man. Respect for Jason James for being the top stream ninja. First donation of the stream. Dior Wilson's here. Levancer K, what's up? Vizion, El Chupacabra's here. Kaido J, Party Man, the bodyguard is here. Gray Tech, what's up, man? We back at it again. Blanket 6, NBA Med, good evening, boys. Sorry for being so late, guys. Here's what happened, man. I freaking did my live stream. I didn't hydrate myself properly. I didn't do nutrition properly. So guess what happens? I went to Popeyes, got some, not the new chicken sandwich, but I just got a little bit of chicken there, and everything, ripped off all of the skin of it. I ate some chicken, kind of ate a little bit, and then went into a food coma and woke up with a fat headache because I wasn't hydrated properly and I wasn't eating properly. Woke up with a fat headache this morning. So the stream got a little bit delayed as I got some high quality H2O from the store and some almonds to help my headache go away. So that did the trick. Hydrated, I'm good. Took a little bit more time, did some laundry. Now the stream. So we're started up a little bit later than what we wanted to start, but we still good. We good now. And I'm actually feeling really good. But yeah, all right. Streamlabs has came to the stream. Flip999, what's up, man? Kuma Torres, Elite Ninja. TH3 is here. Chan, Set, and Chen, we will get to your comments that you made very soon here, my man. Very soon we'll get to that. David N, my boy David N, Old Manendorf. Shout out to the Elite Ninja here in the chat. Good to see you guys here. MTY, Marcus Lacey, once again, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Your support's been very crucial. Your positive attitude more so than anything as well. So thank you so much. Mr. Jordan Fringe is here. What's good, Jordan? Kenko. What's up, Kenko? Yeah, I did get some rest, guys. I got that food around 2 o'clock or so, 2 something. I fell asleep watching Tweak play as Terry, and he's really good. I learned a couple things. Tweak is really good with Terry already. But you can still see that Terry has trouble recovering. Even with the top level players, they had a bit, they have a little bit of trouble recovering with Terry. So yeah, Terry's recovery is not very good. Because there were some people on Elite Smash that were gimping and, catching even some of the best players like Lethan and Tweak and those guys. So yeah, Terry's recovery is not very good, but he's still he's very powerful. You had to do something to his recovery because he's still very powerful. And even so, like his recovery, he still has hitboxes on his recovery too. That's the thing. So he still has hitboxes. So it's not like he's completely naked on his recovery, it's just not very good. But anyway, but thank you so much, man, for watching. Let's see here. Nutrition is very key. I'm good though. I got my almonds, I got my water. Everything's good. I just didn't hydrate properly. I had some water here throughout my 8-hour stream, but I didn't drink enough water. And then, like I said, yeah, like it was a mistake. I usually hydrate properly and I'm usually good, but I just made a little bit of a mistake because I was just so excited to play as Terry. That's all. But I got some water in the fridge. I'm gonna grab my water in about an hour. So yeah, I drank a whole big old thing of the ball. Like you guys will see it in a bit. So I drank a whole big old thing of that, and I had some almonds, water. Great natural way to get rid of a headache, by the way. If you don't want to take any medication or anything, you want to get rid of a headache, water and almonds, that usually does the trick for me. Isaiah Adams, what's good? Juice Man Vom, what is good? Gunslinger, what is up? J2 Blue, yeah, I went into a chicken coma, dude. I went into a Popeye's chicken coma. I slept for about a good 4 hours. Slept good 4 or 5 hours, yeah. 2 o'clock, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 4 hours. 4 hours plus. So yeah, yo, Kimmerix, what's up, my man? Good to see you here, Kimmerix. Let's see here. But yeah, I'm good. I am good. Undead Polo, what's up, man? Yeah, it was pretty hype earlier, dude. Rufus, El Chupacabra, once again, man. Yeah, the combo potential is really good because his combo where he does like his like neutral to like jab combo to his freaking what is that thing that he does, his down B or whatever, or his quarter circle A, like that's like a combo at any point, you know what I'm saying? It's not even like you can get out of it at higher percentages, like he can still get you. I mean, yeah, it's easy to DI and you're gonna survive a lot, but it is still a guarantee, and if you put in the true input, a little bit more power on there. So Terry's pretty good, man. Terry's pretty good. Immortal Rooster, what's good, man? Of course you didn't know. Of course you didn't know who Terry was. Of course you didn't, TH3. Of course you didn't. Oh my gosh, shout outs. Let's see here. Yeah, as long as you don't steal it too much, it's a true combo, which is good, which is really good. But I still gotta get used to to the inputs and kind of doing all of that. But overall, man, I'm actually pretty excited about Terry. Honestly, I didn't know what Terry was before Smash, and he's cool and fun to play with. Wait a minute, no, this has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with money. TH3. I said you didn't know who Terry was. You had internet. I'm making fun of your age right now, not money status. I'm talking about your age. You said you didn't know who Terry was. I didn't say I don't care if you didn't buy him, but not knowing who he is. No, that's what I'm making fun of. All right. Blanket says, what's an SNK? What is an SNK? I don't know what an SNK is, man. I have no idea what an SNK is. What is it? Let's see here. Most people didn't know who Terry is. No, most Zoomers didn't know who Terry was. Anybody with half a brain that knows what video games is, knows who Terry was, knows what Fatal Fury is, knows what it was. No, don't put us in that. Don't put everybody in that category, son. Everybody knew who Terry was. It's just a bunch of Zoomers who out here doing Fortnite dances and doing flossing and doing all this weird stuff. All of you guys, all of you flossers and Fortnite dancers and all that aimbot assists, all of you guys didn't know. Everybody else who plays gaming knew who he was. But no, it's the Zoomers that didn't know. That go on like, what? What's a Terry? I want Minecraft guy, Steve. Y'all didn't know. Don't put everybody in that category. Don't put everybody in that category. Because Fatal Fury was very popular if growing up. Fatal Fury was a thing. There's anime, there's characters, there's all sorts of stuff. Fatal Fury isn't some type of bum franchise, all right? We know who Terry is. It's the Zoomers and the Gen Z that don't know who Terry is. And they go online with their smartphones and everything, and they overwhelmingly control the narrative. All right? Y'all overwhelmingly control the narrative online and make it seem like nobody knows who Terry is because there's 5 billion Zoomers out there who don't know gaming. No. I refuse to believe that people don't know who Terry is. Let's see. I knew Terry from playing bootleg arcade cabinet of Mexico, bro. LOL. Let's see here. Damn right I'm a boomer. Damn right I'm a boomer. You got that straight. Damn right I'm a boomer. If knowledge is, it's good knowledge. Zoomers are the dumbasses who don't know who Terry is and complain. Y'all always whining and stuff. Y'all got the best technology out of anybody and can't do a damn internet search. Can't research your history at all. Fatal Fury came out on the Switch. There were Fatal Fury Neo Geo games. If y'all can't use the damn internet, damn right I'm a boomer. Good. If that's called having knowledge, that's fine. That's good. I don't understand how Gen Z people sit there with the best technology, don't know what something is, then when people call it out, they say boomer. That's supposed to be an insult? No insult to me. No insult to me at all. Damn right. Let's see here. LOL, he didn't even warm up yet. He's already spazzing out. The only SNK thing I knew was Metal Slug, and I can't even name a character from that franchise. Oh, man. You Zoomers, man. You Zoomers. You damn Zoomers. All right, let me continue going through this chat here. Christopher Rivas says, boomers are 50 to 75 years old. Yeah, but now it's just slang for anybody who's not like new age, like Gen Z or cusp millennial. Like when you start talking about like you're too young, people will just call you boomer. It's like a half-hearted insult, you know, when it comes down to it. So yeah, Silly Alberto is here. Blanket 6 is here. Skipbit Productions. What's up, man? How's it going, Skipbit? Saul Vasquez is here. Who else did I miss? Dior Wilson. Yeah, I know that's not everybody. I'm not counting like Chuba and some. I'm not counting all Zoomers and Gen Z. Like I said, there's a lot of great Gen Z peeps out there. There's a lot of there's a lot of people that know what I'm talking. That know the deal. All right, now there's a lot of people that know the deal. Let's see here. Artist says you better chill the hell out talking about Zoomers. You're not gonna call out anyone. We'll talk about someone else. For unforgivable. Hey, look, man. The only reason why I said something is because the narrative has been too much controlled sometimes by Zoomers when it comes to Terry. All right, like it's controlled too much, man. Skipping tracks. What's good? He said, you mean to tell Terry, but not Minecraft Steve? Maybe Minecraft Steve gets in. Undead Polo says, the Zoomers got in their feelings. Oh my gosh, that's true, man. Stop spamming. All right, full bloody binary. We hear you, man. He has a Jotaro costume. We got you. No need to spam. All right, take TH3's mod chip. I'm thinking about it. One more Zoomer comment, bro. We talking about Terry? Never mind. Continue. We talking about Terry. Virtual Fireball says, got me in my feelings. Zoomers, sometimes y'all let stuff roll off y'all sometimes you guys take the punches online. Y'all just let stuff roll off though. So I mean that's definitely there. That's definitely there. Jason James, what's good, man? Charity Scott, what's up, Charity? Good to see you here. Marcus Lacey once again. All right, boys, let's go ahead and get into the first topic. So we have a Nintendo Switch sales update from Famitsu pretty big numbers all around. And then also Persona. We're going to spend some time on this topic because I think there was a person in here earlier. I forgot what his name is, but he had a blank avatar. So I don't remember exactly. But he was talking about why, Atlas doesn't go on Switch more, Persona 5 Royale sales and all that. So we're going to get into it. So Switch had a pretty big week. Luigi's Mansion 3 launched, and we have the launch sales numbers from there. So it was pretty much kind of a duel between Persona 5 Royale and Luigi's Mansion. Those were the two top games. At the top of the list, this is just the Japanese sales. Persona 5 Royale sold 201,448 units, not including digital. And Luigi's Mansion 3 sold 150,000 units plus, not including digital. So pretty good for both of them. 1, 2 on the list. Love to see good games get good debuts. And Luigi's Mansion is not even really super popular in Japan. I mean, it's somewhat, but not as popular as here in the US or here in the West. So it's good to see that go over 150K with no digital included. I like that. Also, the hold for Ring Fit Adventure. So let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and show you guys the list here. The hold for Ring Fit Adventure was really good. This is definitely not a bust. This is not a bust, or this is not like a Labo situation. This is good because Ring Fit Adventure was number 3, another 50,000 plus. So that means people are continuing to be engaged. People are continuing to say, okay, this is pretty cool. Let's continue on. Let's keep on doing this. So I like to see that. Definitely like to see that Ring Fit Adventure is continuing. It's a good game. It's fun. Well, it's a good workout. It's a good, like if you really want to try something and it's fun, it's definitely good there. Love to see that Dragon Quest, Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition from Square Enix. Very good to see that continue. But this one was a little interesting. Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, 19,000 units. Not very good. I don't know what the previous ones did. We have to compare it maybe to the other ones. But the fact that did kind of low, 20,000 units for that game, I thought it would be a little bit more popular, especially because it's, the Olympics are in Tokyo, Japan, but apparently not. Or maybe they're waiting for, maybe they felt that it was too expensive. I'm not really sure. Or maybe it just came out in a bad week because you have, Persona 5, Luigi's Mansion, Ring Fit continuing to do well, and all of that. So, it is what it is. But if you can see here, like in the top 10, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 Nintendo Switch games in the top 10. So, kind of domination on that end. Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, all the same games. Mario Maker 2, all those continuing. Resident Evil Triple Pack. That's interesting. So yeah, that's basically it. And then they usually just do the top 10, but they actually put the top 30 this time. So and this is another thing, like where the sales kind of exploded. And look at this right here, guys. 66,000 for the Switch Lite. That's a big boost from last week. Last week, I think the Switch sold like, I think it sold well under 100,000. I think it sold like 50,000 or something like that last week. Look at that boost from Luigi's Mansion. Look at the sales right here. And then look at that boost. 66,000 for the Switch Lite. And then another 53,000 for the regular Switch. So that's a total of nearly 120,000 units. And if you look at it, like for example, like the PS4, which had a great debut, right? With Persona 5 Royale, that's not bad because the game, it's basically a re-release of the game, right? So another 201,000 units, that's pretty good. But it has literally no effect on hardware because the hardware, 5,000, about 8,000 units sold, 8,000 plus, 8,200 units sold. So really no positive or big effect with Persona 5 Royale. So what this tells me is that pretty much the same people that already bought the PS4 are just buying the PS4. They're not really expanding, Whereas like a game like Luigi's Mansion or Ring Fit are really actually bringing up the Switch Lite units, and bringing up and actually raising sales. So like I said, this is going to have an impact next generation. The developers are seeing this, and the Japanese developers are seeing this, and they're making plans in terms of what they're going to do. And the fact that Switch is doing so well with its games and selling so well is definitely you're going to see things a little bit differently going forward. I think it's going to put Japanese developers in a little bit of a dilemma, which I do have a video coming up on that. So all right. So that's that. So what are you guys' thoughts on this? Persona 5 Royale, for those who don't know, it's coming out. It's coming out next spring. So next year for us, it's coming out spring. So if you, I'm going to be playing that. I'm going to be live streaming it and all that good stuff. So look forward to that. But I'm looking forward to the game. I think it's going to be really good. I already have Luigi's Mansion. I'm getting near done with the game. I just finished the Basement 2. I'm probably going to play a little bit more tonight, get through like another floor or so, then have that wrapped up for you guys and have a video ready probably by the end of the week. So yeah. All right. And I think I saw Mandy here. What's up, Mandy? Good to see you here. What's up, Abaddon? Good to see you here. Shout outs to everybody coming through. Thank you. over 100 people watching. So I do appreciate that. There's nothing wrong with being a boomer, by the way. All right. I think everyone in Japan who wants a PS4 already has a PS4 for the most part. TH3, that's what it's looking like. I'm sorry, Mandy. You got here once I started getting into the topics, but I see you now. Thank you for the shout out, Mandy. I appreciate, or thank you for coming to the stream. And definitely shout outs to Mandy. Make sure you check out her channel. 10th Gen, what's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you here. I think Mario and Sonic just did come out at a relatively odd time. Had it released, let's say February 2020. I think it would have likely sold better, and then it likely will. Yeah, exactly. I think that's pretty much the timing of the release. Maybe was an issue. It kind of released in a crowded week with Persona 5 and Luigi's Mansion, Ring Fit continuing to do well, Call of Duty, all of that, which does okay in Japan. So yeah, I think that's really what happened there, So yeah. So I think Chan was talking about why Atlas does not do more on Switch. Let me give you guys a breakdown of what happened with Atlas, or what's happening with Atlas. Atlas is not good with HD development. I think this is just my opinion based off of what they've done. So this is based off of results. Atlas is not good with HD development. I think that they struggle with developing HD games. I think that their team size and their management, or Sega, they struggle with the HD development, and they've been struggling with HD development. And the reason why I say this is this. Atlas was a company, before the HD era started, Atlas was a company that remastered, re-released, redid all sorts of games across their franchises, right? So you had stuff like the, what was it? They had DS games that were remastered, right? 3DS or whatever the case is. They remastered Persona games. They remastered Shin Megami Tensei games on all of the SD systems. So any system that was considered SD, and even up to the Vita, right? They would remaster stuff. They would re-release stuff. They would continue to do that. As soon as the HD era hit, Atlas stopped doing remasters. As soon as the HD era hit, PS3 and 360 should have seen Persona 5 Royale, Persona 3, Persona 4. We should have seen Shin Megami Tensei games in HD. We didn't see any of that. You look at stuff like Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which is mainly developed by Atlas. They struggled to make a Fire Emblem cross Shin Megami Tensei game in HD. They could not make a game. They struggled. They could not take Fire Emblem and Shin Megami Tensei and put them together. The reason why I said this is crucial to see what the problem is, the development hell or struggle of that game shows me that Atlas is not a good HD developer. I don't think they've adjusted to HD. They took forever to make Persona 5, multiple delays, 5-6 years on Persona 5, in a game that wasn't even really open world. It just had closed off segments. They remastered nothing. I think they struggle with HD development. That's the problem with Atlas. They took a deal with Sony too in terms of Persona 5. They got that deal, so they really can't put it on anything else outside of PlayStation. That's why it hasn't showed up on PC or anything. But Atlas is a company that does struggle with HD development. You can't sit here and tell me that Ubisoft, with the team that they have, the Mario plus Rabbids team, they can make Mario and Rabbids two completely different styles of games, two completely different things. They can make that game, announce it, and then launch it with a fairly short development period, and it be a good game. And you can't take Fire Emblem and Shin Megami Tensei, two classic RPGs, and make a solid crossover. You can't do that, despite you developing games for 20 plus years, but you've got this Mario plus Rabbids that's out there. That tells me that there's some issues with Atlas. Like the fact that they butchered, that they botched Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem. You've got to be kidding me, and that's the reason why I said, like, you don't see what we saw before. They struggle with HD development. You can't sit here and tell me that, oh yeah, they remastered this, all this stuff, right? We got all these different remasters, re-releases of Shin Megami Tensei and Persona games. Then all of a sudden it stops on a dime in the HD era. This is dating back to the 7th gen, guys. They're not good at HD development, or they struggle. Their team size isn't big enough. They struggle with HD development. People to me, it sounds that way. It sounds that way to me. So let's see here. I look forward to Persona 5 Royale, but I'm more excited for Scramble, honestly. Also, what are they doing with this DLC is BS. Yeah, the DLC stuff is, which we still got to talk about. There's DLC in Persona 5 Royale, despite it being like a definitive edition of the game or whatever, but there's paid DLC, which is just idiotic. So yeah, exactly. Hence Shin Megami Tensei 5. It's still coming, guys. But Atlas struggles with HD development. They have problems. They are not efficient developer. They've been struggling for the past decade. They've been since the 7th gen. They've been perplexed with HD games and how to make them efficiently and out like in a good time period. You know, they thought Unreal Engine 4 would help them out. Well, no, it's not helping them out. They're struggling with the HD models for the demons in Shin Megami Tensei 5, you know, based on what I'm hearing. They're struggling with getting that done properly. Is it still coming? Yes. Does Atlas care about the next generation of systems? No, they don't care about that. They're struggling just to get PS4 and PS5 games. We waited a whole generation for Persona 5, then waited another couple years. Now it's going to be 3 years for a re-release of Persona 5 with some extra content in there. 3 years from the original release of Persona 5, we have to wait for Persona 5 Royale. Because remember, guys, that came out April 2017 for the original Persona, right? Persona 5, sorry, original Persona 5. 2020 was 3 years for the same game. And then re-releasing with some extra content, which is nice, extra content, scenarios and stuff. I get that. And then they released Dancing All Night. That's the other 8 dancing games. They released, instead of releasing Persona 3 and Persona 4, they're releasing dancing games. You know? This company is ridiculous. Kenko donated $10. Thank you so for that, Joe. We got a JoJo Boys in the chat. That is the top stream ninja for this stream. Kenko says Persona 5 Royale hype, a little extra for a new elite ninja. Keep up the amazing work, OJ. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. You guys give some love, respect, and emotes to my dude, Kenko, a JoJo, an elite ninja, and a JoJo boy. Bruh, that is too dope. That is too dope. Thank you so much, Kenko. Let's go ahead and get your name up here as the top stream ninja. And for your donation, I will pick some music for you, and we'll pick some Persona 5 music to kind of talk about here. Persona 5 Royale music. All right, because I actually I like Atlas, but I mean, I'm just calling a spade on this one, man. Really, I am. All right, thank you for the 10 love, respect, and emotes in the chat for my dude Kenko. Are they struggling with HD? Do they just not want to make them? No, they're struggling. Their team size is a problem, and they're struggling with HD. It's both. It's not that they don't want to. They want money, right? They wanted to in the PS2 era. We got a re-release of Persona 3. They did that one, then they did like a Persona 3 Royale or whatever, and then they did Persona 4, then they did Persona 4 Golden. So they're no stranger to re-releases, Mr. Lacey. It's just that they're struggling. They are struggling. Look at their 2 big games for this generation or 3 big games, right? They've had Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem or Tokyo Mirage Sessions. That struggled in development. Persona 5, that struggled in development. Shin Megami Tensei 5, that struggled in development. Okay, that's 3. Strike 3, you're out. Now I'm calling it out. I didn't say anything the first time. I didn't say anything with Persona 5, but okay. 3 times now? Okay, now it's time to get called out because that's 3 HD games, big HD games, and you've struggled and you've delayed with each one of them. Each one of them has had ridiculous struggles in some way, shape, or form. So, I mean, no, there's something there. Yo, shout out to Bolton16 with the $10 holla. Thank you so much. We got a Joe. Shout outs, man. Jonathan Joestar. Classy as ever. Bolton16 classy with the Jonathan Joestar. $10 JoJo Boys. Just heading to bed here on the East Coast. Just wanted to thank you properly for the music. Heads up on Twitter. Heads up on Twitter. Okay, gotcha. Love the village. Thank you so much, Bolton16. I appreciate you. And yeah, no problem, man. Check out that Jazzy NYC. Great track, Sunset Remix. Shout outs to LTG. He's the one who got me on that music. All right, so let's keep on going here. Yeah, Persona 3 FES, exactly. Yeah, Persona 5 music is amazing. I'm looking forward to it. Persona 3 and Persona 4 port to the Switch would be great. I would want an HD re-release of the game, you know? Yeah, like, I don't know why. They're struggling with development, guys. There's definitely something going on here. Let me play that Sunset Remix for you since you didn't request a track. I'll play it for you, Bolton16. So we'll get that for you, man. Hopefully you guys enjoy the music. You're forgetting Catherine Full Body. Catherine Full Body, I don't consider that a major release from them. But yeah, they did struggle with development with that game as well. That game necessarily didn't have a smooth development, but it is what it is. I imagine Game Freak and Intelligent Systems are having similar issues with HD development. Intelligent Systems, I don't think Intelligent Systems having too much trouble. I think Fire Emblem came out pretty good. They had some delays, but I don't really think that they're having too much trouble in terms of things. I mean, they got their game out, Fire Emblem Three Houses, in 2.5 years. They did have some delays though, that's true. Game Freak, when it comes to them, they're just inexperienced. I don't think they're struggling. That's just inexperience, you know. Can we just acknowledge the fact that Koei Tecmo has done extensive work in Fire Emblem Warriors, the Hyrule Warriors port, Three Houses, and have time to release P5S a year after or so announced? Well, yeah, they have their engine though. You know, their engine is pretty set and it's good. So I mean, that's the case there. You know. Let's see here. How do I do the home run bag in Smash? Just keep on beating the crap out of it and then hit it with like a strong attack. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's one of those things, especially like if you look at it. HD development is just something that you just need more practice with, right? And I think team size can affect things as well. I understand, like, I'm not trying to sit there and bash them. Like, I think Atlus is still a great developer, and when they finish their games, they're good. My only issue that I have here is that, like, you know, the amount of time it takes sometimes, you know? I'm still gonna buy the games. I'm still gonna support Atlus. I always buy all their games. The only reason why I didn't buy Catherine Full Body is because, I mean, like, I'm not trying to sit on a PS4 and play that game, you know? Like, I'm not... And they took way too long. Maybe if they would have done it and like they took way too long. They made a Vita version of the game. They didn't even release the Vita version here in the West. They waited. I mean, they didn't release the Switch version of the game. It's just like, I'm good, and I don't even really like puzzle games anyway. Catherine has took too much puzzle crap. So yeah. Atlus just needs to port Vita version of Gold into the Switch. Boom, 1 million worldwide. I mean, I don't think it's that easy for them. I really don't. I think it would obviously take some resources to do something like that. They need to have a change in atmosphere, and they need a change of leadership. Sega and Atlus need a legit change. Not necessarily changing who's there, but they need a change in process. There's something wrong at Sega and at Atlus. I can't put my finger on it, and I can't sit there and tell you what the actual issue is. But they need a change in thought process going forward. I think they do. Yo, what's up, Cool Breeze? How's it going? Blaziken for Smash? I don't know. I don't think Blaziken's gonna get in. I'll be honest, man. They're just a bit inefficient in the process, which is fine. I mean, I hope they'll get better. You know, I think they will. Just like I think Game Freak, the same thing. Somebody said Game Freak is having issues as well. Bob says that. And I think to a degree, I can definitely see that there's some issues there, and everything in terms of like, you know, HD development and stuff like that. But I mean, it's not like they took 5 years to develop the game, or like, you know, Pokemon Sword and Shield, or even Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. You know, they're not taking as long when it comes down to it. So that's the thing. You know, I think that Unreal Engine 4 was supposed to help Atlus in terms of that, and it's like, you know, it's still taking quite some time. But we're heading into the 3-year anniversary of when Shin Megami Tensei 5 was announced. So if they started they started full development of the game. I think like full production of the game was 2018. So if you look at it in that sense, I don't think it's too bad, right? I mean, that means full production hasn't even been going for about it hasn't even been 2 years yet in terms of full production. So keep that in mind as well, guys. Let's see, what's the name of the song? This is called Jazzy NYC 1999 Sunset Remix. Sweet Dangos with the $5 holla through Super Chat. Thank you so much, Sweet Dangos. I appreciate that. You guys give some love, respect, and emotes in the chat for the donation. Sweet Dangos with the $4.99. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. So I think Jason James, if you want to request, you did a donation earlier. If you want to request a song, a video game track, that's fine. And also Sweet Dangos, if you want to request a video game track, just tag me and put a video game song in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to play something for you guys for the donations, man. Atlas slacking. I don't know, man. It is what it is, though. I mean, what are you guys' thoughts, man? What are you guys' thoughts when it comes to all this? I want to hear more of what you guys have to say. Let me scroll back up. Everyone's telling me that I forgot Catherine Full Body, and I'm like I said, guys, Catherine Full Body, like, I don't consider it as like as big of a game as like what they're doing, but I guess for them it was a big game. But I mean, like I said, even with that one, there were some issues, and like, you know, they took forever for the localization with that game, and like they re-released it, right? And like, it was, I don't think there was much fan response to that, just for how long it took them to release the game. Let's see, I'd rather play Persona 5 Royale on the Switch over the PS4. And I mean, I think a lot of people would rather do that, right? But the problem is that Sony has a exclusive contract with them, so there's no way for them to get that on the Switch. At least not. I don't know if it's a timed contract or whatever the case is. We don't know the details because that's obviously NDA'd and nobody's talked about it. But there is definitely some type of contract, or some type of exclusive deal for Persona 5 and the PS4 or PlayStation systems. Yeah, I got to keep reminding myself that Shin Megami Tensei 5 is at 1 year full development. Exactly, and that's the thing here. And they just announced it a little bit too early. I think probably Nintendo and Atlas were excited about the game, excited for Shin Megami Tensei fans. But it's not like it wasn't that long ago that we got Shin Megami Tensei 4 Final. So I don't know if it was something that was needed, I think it would have been better if they announced it with some actual, like that first trailer that they showed off. It would have been better if they just maybe waited a little bit. But then again, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, if it was going to take this long anyway. So, see, they take on too much projects. The funny thing is that they don't even really have that much stuff going on. I mean, it's like they took on way more projects in the SD era. Like if you look at like what they did before, I mean, look at all the different re-releases and remasters and stuff that we got in the PS2 and the handheld systems. If you talk about like DS, PS2, 3DS, all Vita, all of those systems, they did way more work there. I mean, it seems like their workload has slowed down quite a bit. I mean, they're not really making too much from what I've seen. I mean, if you can count, I think you can count the number of games they've done since the PS3 and 360 in terms of Atlas. Like, they haven't done a ton of different stuff. They're not a huge developer either. They're not huge. I mean, they have some people there, but I don't know if I don't think they have too much stuff going on at the studio. They do have a commitment to quality, though. I will say that. And I think a commitment to quality definitely makes things take longer, which is fine. That's fine. There's no problem with that. But it is what it is when it comes down to it. I'm looking at like their HD output. I mean, yeah, like Catherine Full Body, that was a big release for them. You had Persona 5, and that's pretty much in terms of this generation or this 8th gen and up. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, I mean, there really hasn't been a ton. I mean, they've had Persona, Persona 4 Ultimax or whatever that is, or that's a fighting game, and that wasn't even developed by them. So they have some other stuff they work with. They have the dancing game, the Persona dancing game, but there really isn't a ton of stuff that they've done recently in terms of gaming. It's pretty much just been sell Persona, dancing games, and that's about it, Jason James's Ballad of the Goddess, Skyward Sword. All right, I got you. Ballad of the Goddess. All right, thank you for the donation, and let's go ahead and get your music going right away. Alice may be understaffed, and their budgets aren't huge for except Persona games. You're absolutely right about that. I don't know how much they're understaffed, but I think that their budgets necessarily aren't the best. That's why I said like they need to really we want so much more from them, but I don't think they get the budget to even be able to do that with the HD, right? Because when you look at HD development compared to SD development, HD development is a lot more expensive. That's pretty much a fact, right? That is a fact, and a commitment to quality combined with HD development is big bucks. And I'm just not sure if they, I'm just not sure if they have that, right? I'm just not sure if they don't do enough to do that. They have to figure something out in terms of that to lower the cost of development, to galvanize their their development team and to get things going. And I think that Sega is quite possibly the worst, the absolute worst person to own Atlas. Like, Atlas needs somebody that can let them spread their wings a little bit and can get their games at the best possible moment. And like, unfortunately, Sega is not that. Sega can't even sell their own games. Sega has trouble selling their own games at an efficient clip. So Sega, I mean, years ago, I thought maybe Sega would have been a good idea for them, but looking back, it's been a blunder. Looking back, Sega is not the right developer at all. You know, not the right developer at all. So that's unfortunate. Or publisher or owner or whatever the case. I think that Atlas would be better off being somewhere else, but there's no way in hell Sega's gonna let them go or sell them. Atlas has separate teams making Shin Megami Tensei Persona and other games. Team Manex is working on Shin Megami Tensei. I don't think they're having much interruptions. No, it's not about interruptions. It's not about, yeah, they have different teams working on them. So it's not about interruptions. It's still, like I said, like you said, it's still 1 year into full production. Shin Megami Tensei, it's just like, it was just announced too early. But they did say that they're having some issues with the development of like, the HD models for the demons. Because they have to do a lot. There's a lot, man. Like, I mean, Sakurai, even in today, like, for example, like, Sakurai said that getting all of those character models for the guest characters, just the models that you see in the background, he said that took a lot of time and a lot of work. And that is Bandai Namco, that is Sakurai. They have a huge team making that. And it was enough work to the point where he complained in a direct about doing those all the models. They're just doing little basic animations and, moving in the background, doing just, he said that's a lot of work. 3D modeling is not easy, guys. So let's go on the flip side of this. 3D modeling is not easy. So if Bandai Namco and Sakurai are saying, hey, that's a lot of work just to do what they did there, imagine a team like the Shin Megami Tensei team with full HD development and saying, oh my gosh, we got to get all of these different demons to be animated and to work properly and a lot more, motions and a lot more stuff than simple, basic characters from Fatal Fury doing different background animations in Smash Brothers. It's a lot, man. It's not easy. So I want to make sure that I make that be clear, guys. It's definitely not easy. But at the same time, I mean, I think they need a different developer to help them, in terms of a publisher to get things going. I'm not worried about Game Freak. I'm not worried about, Intelligent Systems. I'm not worried about them because they're just getting their feet wet, right? Nintendo just got into HD, or they just got into HD with the Switch because the Wii U was a failure. So you didn't see much from them, from, Intelligent Systems and all that. They were still working on portable systems, Pokemon Company and all that. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm not too worried about them. But Atlas has been working on HD systems now for more than a decade. They did stuff on PS3 and 360. They've done stuff on PS4, Xbox One, PC. So they've been in this for a while now, and they're still having the same issues crop up and all that. And once again, you have Pokemon, the Pokemon Company Game Freak, that's they have, I think, in my opinion, better people to help them be successful than Atlas has. I mean, who would you rather work under, Nintendo or freaking Sega? If you want to have the best games or put out the best quality content or get better in development, who would you rather be owned by if you're a development studio? I mean, nobody here is going to say Sega. And if you say Sega, hey, that's fine by me. Say Sega. But I don't think anybody here is going to say that Sega is a better option, than Nintendo. So I'm not worried about that. Sakurai didn't call out Game Freak. Let's see here. Yeah, Sega. Wait, hold up. Sakurai didn't call out Sega. No. Yeah, they would have had the demon already modeled in Unreal Engine 4. They could have reused those models like they did in the past. Yeah, I mean, this is HD though, so they couldn't really just reuse them. And even so, you still got to add a bunch of different stuff, like with the new lighting engines and all that stuff. But yeah, they didn't really have anything to work with. He's joking around, TH3. That's not this whole Pokemon debate is so tired. We've already done it. We've done it to death, guys. We've done it to death. Let's see here. I am a huge Sega fan, but I agree with you, OJ. Nintendo should own Atlas. It's not that they should. I mean, Nintendo had an opportunity to buy Atlas and they did it. Nintendo doesn't really go after companies like that, so they did it. They rather just work with them. But I mean, it is what it is. What can you sit here and say? Outside of, hey, you just got to work with what you're dealing with. And that's what we're dealing with when it comes to Atlas. We're dealing with Sega. We're dealing with them in that regard. So it is what it is there. Let's see here. Sega didn't even watch the Terry video. LOL. You said Sega didn't even watch the Terry video? What are you talking about, Aaron? And good to see you here too, man. Shout outs. Welcome to the stream. Isaiah says, I think Nintendo had to pay Atlas to get Shin Megami Tensei 5 exclusive to Nintendo Switch. I don't know. There's no way to confirm that. We don't know if that's the case or not. It might have been, but I'm not sure. Based off of what Atlas has said, they said that they just thought that the director of Shin Megami Tensei 5 said that he felt that the Nintendo Switch was a good fit because of Demon Fusion and grinding and being able to like play lying down on the sofa. That is confirmed. That's what he said. He said that's the reason why that they chose the Nintendo Switch. So there's no actual facts to back that up. Whereas we do have facts to back up that pretty much like saying that Sony came out and said that Persona exclusivity is important to us. So therefore that's pretty much says, yeah, well, they're paying for the exclusivity. There's nothing to sit here and say that Nintendo paid for Shin Megami Tensei 5. Atlas came out and said that, hey, we put it on Switch because it'd be good to play lying down and easy and, portable, blah, blah, blah. They think that that's where their audience is. So that's the case there. So yeah. Oh, I didn't watch it. Oh, you didn't watch the Terry presentation. Oh, it was good. It was good. You didn't watch it. Gotcha. It's good. What's up, Markel? You hung out with your brother today? Good stuff. As someone who enjoys Sonic games, I got some damn problems with Sega. I think everybody has some problems with Sega and kind of what's going on there, man. I mean, it's not something that's common when it comes to like when people say I have issues with Sega. And I agree. I agree that Sega definitely has some issues, but at the same time, it is what it is, right? It is what it is, and what can you do? What can you do? Let's see. I'm not even gonna ask for a Nocturne remake. Nocturne is awesome, but dude, I mean, if we can't even get a Persona 3 or Persona 4, HD re-release, I mean, it's gonna be tough to get something like Nocturne and all that. When they're not even. I mean, Shin Megami Tensei 5 is taking pretty much the whole generation so far with the Switch. So it is what it is there. Yeah, most people got a bone to pick with Sega. Yeah. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me go grab my water. It's been about an hour, so let me go grab my water. I'll be right back. All right. Chair Essence would like to say hi. Say hi, Chair Essence. Oh, my camera's all blurry. What's going on? All right. All right. All right, guys. Welcome. So I finally right after finishing my stream and it's Chair Essence, boys. Yeah. Okay. If Sega sold Atlas to Nintendo, we would be mining. We'd be mining salt for years. Oh my gosh. All right, take it easy, David. And thanks for coming out to the stream. Yo, what's up, Philip? What's up, StarMix? Just got off work. About an hour. We missed, but not too much. We're just talking about Sega and Persona 5 Royale sales in Japan, debut sales. We're talking about Luigi's Mansion boosting Switch sales in Japan. Talking about Terry and Smash Brothers. So, a lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool stuff. Shout out to David, man. Thank you for coming out to the stream, dude. Dreamcast was amazing, even beyond its years. That was kind of random, but yeah, you know what? Dreamcast was pretty good. Okay. Oh, good. Never mind. That's not random. We're talking about Sega. I missed your comments earlier, Brian. Never mind. That's not random. I was a huge supporter of Sega. Loved the Dreamcast and supported them when they were in the. Okay, that's why you're talking about the Dreamcast. Okay. That was not random. Supported them when they were in the console ICU. And this is how they do me. Can't even get Jet Set radio ports. Yeah, man. Yeah. Best believe that when Shin Megami Tensei 5 comes out, we're getting like 1 or 2 updated releases. I don't know, man. How much longer? You know, what do you think? Like, how long would they take after they do it? Like, you know, do they do that we see the updates or anything like that? I don't know. Man. Yeah, the GC was amazing. Yeah, Dreamcast was great, man. I like the Dreamcast. I like the Dreamcast. I want to shake your hand. Yo, shout outs. Aram with the $2 holla. I want to shake your hand, sir. And he says, can you play Mother Was There from P5? Absolutely. That's a good track. Persona 5. Mother Was There. And guys, make sure you guys give some love, respect, and emotes in the chat to Aram with the $2 holla. Thank you so much for the support, Aram. I appreciate that. Elite Ninja Boys in the house. So thank you so much, man. Thank you. OJ, I think, all right, guys, so if you guys have random, we're going to go in and head into random Q&A or any of the topics here. We're going to also discuss Terry, too, so if you want to discuss Terry, you want to discuss Persona, Smash Brothers, whatever the case is, feel free to drop your questions. Just tag me at Polaris, hashtag Polaris. It's going to get a good conversation going, guys, and keep the discussion going on, man. I got a game cast. Malibu's most one. OJ, I think Grezzo's next level games, Good Feel, and Camelot should all become first party. Nintendo had worked with all those companies and could do even better things, my opinion though. I don't really think that there's a need, to be honest. There's not a need for Nintendo to buy all of those companies. That limits what the company can do in terms of getting other projects in between what Nintendo wants them to do. So, I mean, although I think they would all like that, I don't think Nintendo sees that as like a financial, like, business investment in terms of what they're going to do. I mean, Next Level's been around forever, right? Grezzo, Goodfeel, all these people have been around forever, and Nintendo still hasn't bought them. So that's not Nintendo's style. Nintendo's not, I'm going to buy you. I'm going to buy you and own you and make you do what I want you to do. That's not how Nintendo's style is. So there's really no need, to be honest, man. There's really no need to purchase all those companies. If Grezzo wants to work on a different project in between something else, they have the freedom to do so. They have big projects with Nintendo, but there's really no need for Nintendo to buy all of those companies. There's really no need. Whenever they want something, whenever Nintendo wants something from them, they always drop what they're doing and do whatever Nintendo wants them to do anyway. But there's no need to actually outright own them and pay everything. It's contracted work. There's no need. Nintendo already has a ton of different studios that make a bunch of different games. There's no need to buy up all of them there's really no need. As somebody myself I've worked with a lot of contracting companies, right? So I've worked with companies, Fortune 500 companies, have huge amounts of resources and revenue, and they used us, right? Like staffing. Why do you think staffing agencies are still so big, right? If they can just buy and hire and do everything that they need to do, why do they still pay us, the staffing agencies, to find people for contracted work? It's because there's no point. I mean, for a lot of businesses, there's no point in sitting there and doing all that yourself and paying for everything overhead when you can just pay somebody else to find somebody for you and contract them for this amount of time or whatever you need to do, you know? So it's the same thing with these companies. There's no need, Fire Blast. That's like a no offense, but that's like a Zoomer millennial type of thought. I need to buy everything, that's kind of like an Xbox, buy studios. It's not something that Nintendo needs to do. There's really no need. It's just, I don't even know, it's not really a Zoomer thing. There's other people who think that, but there's really no need to do it. Honestly, there really isn't. Let's see here. How much did the Switch sell in Japan? 120,000 units for the past week with Luigi's Mansion. Pretty good, Aaron. We should be thankful Nintendo kept Bayonetta out of the sea of Sega's ignored franchises. That's true. I mean, we did get that one out of there. So yeah, I agree with you big time there, Markel. Thank God for that, man. Let's see here. Five Nights at Freddy says, "What up, my dude? Did you see the next fighter is coming out on the eShop on 2/29/2020. I don't think that's official. That's just the deadline that they said that the next fighter was going to be. I'm not sure if that's going to be the actual date for it, just to let you know. But that's basically the time frame that they gave there. Just like basically like a placeholder. Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's see here. What is Terry's best move and his worst move? You know what? I think his best move is his down B. For sure is his best move. That's what I think that's his best move because it combos. The down B is really good. Let me make sure that I get the names right of everything. So the down B, that's the power dunk. I think the power dunk is the best move that he has. That's what I think. Maybe it's something else, but I like the power dunk the most because it combos in. You can do some other really cool stuff with it. So yeah, I like the power dunk. I do like that. Let's see here. The fair is trash. The fair isn't too trash. It's just not amazing because it's angled downward, so the hitbox is wonky on it. But it's not. I mean, it's not really bad. It's just not great. It's just not great. And your mom, Shugs 181. Your mom looks like E.T., my boy. Your mom looks like E.T., and I kicked her out of my house last night, my man. Thanks for coming out to the stream, and tell your mom to, Jesus Christ, get a makeover, do something, because she was looking horrible the last time that I saw her. I don't know what happened, my man. Get banned. Stupid Twitch people. Anyway. Some frauds over there on Twitch. You wish you looked as good as me, bruh. Your mom looks like E.T. and you look like Stewie with Down syndrome. Get the hell out of here. Let's see here. VC's a quick YouTube related question. I had 44 likes on my stream. However, it went down to 35 once the stream finished and rendered. It happened a lot. I don't know. It's just YouTube being stupid. It's just YouTube being stupid, man. Let's see. Your mom looks like E.T. and I kicked her out of the house. Yeah, it's just some idiot on Twitch. Let's see, what game does Terry originate from? He originates from the franchise called Fatal Fury. It's a fighting game from the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. That was really big in the arcade scene. Really big in the arcade scene. E.T.'s mom, you have interesting taste. Hey, look, man, she came through. I just said, bro, I can't be having you looking like E.T. She didn't wear makeup, and she looked like E.T. without makeup. Last time I saw her, she was looking a little bit better. But, you know, afterwards, she just decided to go makeupless when she came over, and she looked like E.T. So I had to hit her with the boot. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense. It makes sense that was the case because this dude, Shugs, like I said, looks like Stewie Griffin on Down syndrome. So, I mean, like, it is what it is. Want to talk about my looks? I'm going to clown you. So yeah. Anyway, I think Sega should just sell off some of their dormant IPs. They're not going to do that. You got to come. Here's the reason why that's not going to happen. Why? Why would you sell off the things that could potentially make you money? They're not going to sell off a bunch of their dormant IPs. They're not. No companies do that. The only way that you sell off your IPs, even if you're not using them, right? Nintendo doesn't sell off their dormant IPs because you never know when you might want to use them again. Most companies don't sell off dormant IPs. Like, think about how many Japanese companies are out there that have dormant IPs. Do you see them selling them off? That's just another thought process that nobody's ever going to do. It's not a good business process. Even if they're not using them. Nintendo doesn't sell off their dormant IPs. Why is Sega going to sell off their dormant IPs? That makes them less valuable as a company. Even if they don't use those IPs, it still makes you less valuable because it makes it less stuff that you can reach to if you need to get something done. You sell your IPs when you're about to go bankrupt. That's when you sell your IPs, not when you're still functioning and still at least making somewhat of money. You don't sell your IPs and make yourself less valuable, you know? Even if it's dormant, there's still value there because you can re-release the games, right? For example, you say sell off their dormant IPs. So if they sell off their dormant IPs, they can't re-release those games with like a Sega collection, right? So think about the Sega collection games, the Sega Genesis Mini. Look at how many dormant IPs are on there. If they sell off their old IPs, Markel, they can no longer relicense and resell their old IPs. Think about that for a second. You guys got to think business. When you come in here and you mention something, especially if you're going to talk business, think about it first. If Sega sells off their dormant IPs, they can no longer re-release them and make money off them like they do with their Sega Genesis collections, the Sega Genesis Mini. That would have way less games on it because so many of those IPs on there are dormant. that doesn't make sense. It's the same reason why Nintendo doesn't sell off theirs, because if they want to re-release it, or if they want to put it out on a virtual console or do something, they no longer own the IP. They can't do it. So it's not a good idea to sell your dormant IPs, because you can re-release them and sell them, you know? It's not a good idea. I know the thought process behind that is a very fan type of thought process. Is, well, they're not making anything, so sell them off. But the business side says, no way, man. If I want to re-release something, or if I want a collection, or if I want to sit there and talk about it, I have to literally remove everything from my website. So like Comic Zone or any of these other dormant IPs, Golden Axe and all that, they have to remove all that stuff. If you sell off that dormant IP, you have to remove it because you no longer own it. The company that bought it from you can sue you or can say, hey, take that down. That's not something that you want to do. As a company, that's not something that you're going to sit there and say, oh yeah, let me sell this off and I no longer own it. And then not only that, but then you might be entitled to giving, like royalties of any times that you re-release stuff and it has some of those dormant IPs. There might be royalties that you own to that company, that the new company that owns it. It's too much of a mess. You just keep your IPs if you got them, you know? I'd love to see a day when Sega and Konami license out their IPs to third-party companies. They kind of already do somewhat. Sega does and all that. I mean, Sega did. I mean, Panzer Dragoon, that's licensed out to Forever Entertainment. They're making that one or whatever. So they kind of already do. Exactly. Imagine if Nintendo sold off Kid Icarus because like 10 years ago because of something, an uprising would have even existed. Exactly. Like you don't know what's going to happen in the future. That is a horrible idea as a business. That is a horrible idea to say, let me just liquidate all of our... What if you want to make something again? What if you have a great idea, some new developer comes in and says, I got a great idea for Golden Axe. Like, let's do something. Oh, you don't own the franchise anymore. Too bad. You know, like, that's not a good idea. It's just not, you know? Let's see. I need Charlotte from Samurai Showdown now. Okay, that'd be cool. I'd be down. Yeah, they already do that. I see out of their IPs. Yeah, exactly. They do a little bit license. The problem is that some of their games haven't seen a release in any kind of decades, but I understand your point. And I understand that, but think about what I just said, Markel. You ignored what I just said. You're saying that, oh, well, their games haven't been released in decades. They re-released them via Sega Genesis Mini and made money off that, or Sega Classic Collections. So they still own the IP and they still want to make money off that. Like Sega has a history, right? So they re-release their classic games like in a collection. If you sell off those IPs, you can no longer do that, Markel. I mean, I get what you're saying. I get it, but there's really no point to be made. There's really no point to be made. You can no longer re-release your games like in a virtual console or on a Sega Ages or all of that. If you sell them off, there's really no reason for them to do it. The only point that you have is, I just want to see new games. Sega needs to make a new game in the franchise. Selling them off is not something that's feasible for any company. The thing to say here is, Sega needs to make a new game. But to be honest, I don't know how many people would be that interested in their old IPs. I mean, there would be some takers, you know, but it just doesn't make sense for them to do it. You know, it really doesn't. But we'll see. We'll see going forward. Personally, I want Square Enix to revive Legacy of Kain or release the games on the current systems. Yeah, I think I talked about Legacy of Kain recently. That'd be cool. I can think of like my Dreamcast video. I talked about that. Capcom hasn't made Captain Commando game, but they sure as hell got my money for that beat 'em ups collection. Exactly. So I mean, they might not make another one, but they don't want to not own it, so then they can re-release a classic collection and get money from that, right? So they make money off of that IP. So yeah, it sucks, and I understand, and like I get the thought process, guys. I get the thought process. I understand it. I know what you guys are talking about. Like I get that. But at the same time, like on their end, I see what they're coming from too. I mean, the best thing that we can hope for is they just kind of revive some of the IPs. But yeah, it's been a while for some of them. But that's the best we can hope for, man. They should really teach business at schools. They do teach business at schools. They do. But this isn't, what he said isn't necessarily something that you're going to learn in school per se. This is something that's really more of that's more of savvy, you know, like just knowing the game industry a little bit more. But value is something that they do teach it for business, but associating it, like separating your fan in you and business and kind of what you want, that's going to get people to say certain things, right? Like that's going to get people to say like, oh yeah, like let's sell off their IPs. If you're a business, like if you've taken business school, like a business manager would be like, what the hell? Why? Even if you're not using something, you're not going to sell it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to sell it off. So, like, yeah, I think like they do teach the value of owning things and owning IPs and being able to access stuff and new ideas in business. But associating that with video gaming and your passion sometimes doesn't necessarily cross over one to one. You know, but I see what you're saying. Atlas got hella IPs. They do got a lot of IPs. They do. In Japan, I agree. Look at THQ Nordic. They've been buying 10 to 20 IPs a year. They have been buying a lot. We'll see what happens, though, with all of them. SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. That's coming out soon. For that Dreamcast video was great. I want to see all 5 games on Switch. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Jet Crime Radio are good choices as well. I also want to see Skies of Arcadia. Yeah, I think those were 5 pretty good picks for Dreamcast games, pretty good picks for Dreamcast games. So yeah. You kind of you learn that kind of thing from making and selling things. Once you start trying to sell your stuff, ideas, you learn about value real quick. Exactly. Ideas and like IP is the most valuable thing in the video game industry. Whether it's classic IP or new IP, there's not a single business person in the world that if Sega started selling off their IPs for some quick cash, what do you get? It's like, that's great. You sold off this IP for 30 million. Okay, then what do you do with that 30 million? Great, you sold off this IP for 25 million or 40 million. Okay, that's great. It goes in the bank. Then what? Great, you sold this IP for 21 million. All right, now what? You make a new IP, what do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you get? You just get some money off of that, So that's the reason why I'm like, there's no point, Once again, I want them to do this, and the thought process behind what he's saying, or anybody who's saying that, is they want to see new games, and I get that. I get the thought process, and I want to see it too. I want to see it as well. But for Sega, I don't think that's something they're gonna do. Basically, I don't think it's viable or feasible. All right, take it easy, party man. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Let's see. TH3 says, as much as I would love for to get past Sega games today, their current business model either doesn't favor it or just reduces it to let it happen. Yeah, and that's why people say they should sell off their IPs or license them more. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've seen some licensing going on. Like I said, Panzer Dragoon. Obviously, Sega doesn't want to fund a new good Panzer Dragoon, so they licensed it out. So like the remake. So that's good. So we're seeing a little bit of that. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's a tough situation with Sega. It's a tough situation. We'll see what they do going forward, though, because they clearly don't have the resources and funds like they used to, or like other third-party companies. They're clearly not doing as well as other ones, because like they're segmenting their games and they're saying only stuff on PlayStation, only stuff on this. Like they're doing all sorts of weird stuff. They're not supporting things the right way. So I don't know, man. It's interesting. The Shin Megami Tensei games alone gives Atlas plenty of IPs. Sega really needs to invest in Atlas. Yeah, it's tough though, man, because you don't know how much those games are gonna sell. And I think that if you look overall at what Sega's been doing and you look overall at what they sell, they just have to figure something out. They have to figure something out with the development. I'm not sure what they can do though. That's the thing. Like I can sit there and I can sit there and we can play Monday morning analyst or Monday morning, business developer or whatever the case is, or businessman all day. But at the same time, like, what would be the strategy? I mean, Shin Megami Tensei games, those don't sell like gazillions of copies or anything like that. So I'm not exactly sure the strategy that they can take. But I think the biggest thing that you have to do is you have to identify your audience better. And I think that's one thing that I can sit here and positively say as a fan, that I don't think Sega's done a great job of identifying their audience. And I think that's fair for me to say that. Not playing, backseat businessman or anything like that. I think it's fair for me to say, well, they can probably do a better job of identifying who their audience is and what games that audience wants to play. Because there's too many times that they release a game only on this. What, not on this? What's this? How's this going? Why only on this? Why not this? Like, there's too many times that the fans are confused with what they're doing. So I think we can all sit back and say that, right? That's fair to say about Sega. What are some colognes that I wear? I wear not cologne, but I wear body. I have body spray, the Axe body spray, the Dark Temptation. I have that, so I've been wearing that. That smells pretty good. To be honest, I can't even name 5 currently popular Sega franchises. Sonic doesn't count. Sonic doesn't count. Why doesn't Sonic count? Isn't that popular? Let me see here. I mean, if you count Atlas, or if you count like what, because they own Atlas. So, I mean, Persona, Shin Megami Tensei. I mean, I would count Sonic as a popular franchise. Sonic, Yakuza, and they've probably got something else that's like popular. What else? They probably got. I'm missing something. Monkey Ball. I don't know. That's not really super popular. I'm currently popular. Yeah, I don't think Monkey Ball. Jet Set Radio, PSO, Space Channel 5, Streets of Rage. Yeah, those aren't all popular anymore. Those aren't currently popular. Those are just, a lot of those are dead franchises or dormant franchises. Jet Set Radio is dormant. PSO, it's coming back, I guess. I guess PSO, you can add, PSO is a currently popular franchise. So yeah, I would say Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, PSO, Sonic, and wait, I already said Shin Megami Tensei. What else? There's one more, but I don't know. They could partner up with Bandai Namco or Team Ninja and develop a Virtual Fighter 6. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, Yakuza. There we go. Yakuza. Yeah, that would be their 5 somewhat popular franchises. There we go. Yakuza. There you go. I missed one. Yeah. Oh, Valkyria Chronicles. There we go. Valkyria Chronicles. That's not super popular, but it's popular enough. But it's not like super. But yeah, Valkyria Chronicles. There we go. That's one. That's another one. That's another one. Puyo. Okay, that's true. Puyo Tetris. They do have that. Puyo Tetris. That was actually pretty popular. That sold over 1 million units on Switch by itself. So that game was actually pretty popular. So yeah, they do have that. That's about 6 or 7 franchises that are somewhat currently popular today. So yeah. Yakuza is amazing. Yeah, you know what? I'm not a huge fan of Yakuza. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it is what it is. Virtual Fighter could be just as popular as Tekken if Sega handled it right. Tekken borrowed a lot from it. I think Virtual Fighter could be more popular. That's true. You're right about that. Virtual Fighter could definitely be more popular, but I mean, I think they might have went too hardcore with Virtual Fighter. They might have went too hardcore with it, and that's unfortunate they went so hardcore with Virtual Fighter, you know? They might have went too hardcore with it. That's the thing. They might have went too hardcore. And it created issues. It created a lot of issues when they went a little too hardcore with it. So, but who knows? Who knows? Let's see here. The new Yakuza 7 looks nice. It does look nice. That it's like an RPG. It does look nice. Sega should just divert all their resources to Tembo sequel. Yeah, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Sakura Wars is coming back, and Shining is making a comeback nowadays. Yeah, Sakura Wars is coming back. We'll see how that does. Once again, I think that they're targeting the wrong base is being targeted for that. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. They're doing what they want to do, and let them do it. You know, let them do it. So. Let's see here. Sega said they want to develop. They want to develop games more internal in their annual report. Yeah, I knew about that. They did say that they want to put it on more systems and stuff. So we'll see what they do going forward. You know, we'll see what they do going forward. There's actually some more news. I was looking at this. We got some sales updates for um, they got some sales updates for Capcom. Resident Evil 2 remake is at the sell-in is at 4.7 million units worldwide, so not bad. Devil May Cry 5 is at 2.7 million units. Mega Man 11 is at 1 million units, and Okami HD is at 1 million units. So not bad for all of that. Not bad at all. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okami HD being at 2 million, and Okami HD, that is the PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and download like PC, 1 million for that. So not bad. Van Osdale says, I have a question. Do you plan to stream Xenosaga Trilogy someday? I mean, Xenosaga, yeah, that's a game that I plan on streaming. I'm hopefully waiting for an HD re-release, and then that'd be really dope to stream. But I mean, I don't know if it doesn't seem like it's gonna come. Maybe I'll stream, at some point. So, doesn't Sega own Bayonetta technically? Yeah, they own Bayonetta. Yes, Sega owns Bayonetta. You're right about Virtual Fighter. It was too realistic, which made it inaccessible to the average fighting game fan. It was too hardcore. It was too, complex for some people. Virtual Fighter had way better tutorials than Tekken, though. They included all the frame data stuff. Tekken 7 is getting a DLC in the early 2000s. Yeah, that's true, but, I mean, you can have tutorials. If people aren't engaged because your battle system is way too hard, then it's going to be tough to build an audience, though. Sega is really lacking on Switch support. They need the money. They don't want to go to the gold mine. I think they have trouble just funding games just in general. Don't sleep on Knights. OJ RGT thinks it's coming back. Yeah. At least Capcom understands what their consumers want, but for a price. Yeah, that's true. Although I think Capcom does a better job with their franchises. I think that Capcom, obviously, like Resident Evil, that's their flagship franchise, right? Resident Evil is, when you think Capcom, you think Resident Evil. They've done a better job of keeping Resident Evil relevant throughout the years, although you could make an argument that Monster Hunter is now their flagship franchise, but up until Monster Hunter, I would say the newer end ones on the 3DS and of course the Wii, but up until that, obviously Monster Hunter wasn't as big. But when you think Resident Evil, or when you think Capcom, you usually think Resident Evil. Capcom has done a much better job with keeping their flagship, which is Resident Evil, usually relevant, right? Sega does not have a flagship big seller in their repertoire. They don't have a game that can sell 5 million units plus. They don't have a game like Monster Hunter that can sell 10 million units or sell 5 million like it did on the 3DS or whatever, or heck, even what Monster Hunter Double Cross sold over 1 million units on the Switch alone. They don't have that. They don't have the type of franchises that can do big numbers like Capcom, 2.7 million units for Devil May Cry, and that's just in terms of sales, that's just like a second tier form or second or third tier. Capcom, it's obviously Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, then maybe like Devil May Cry or something like that. But Capcom they've done a better job of keeping stuff relevant than Sega has when it comes to their franchises. That's for sure. Let's see here. Hey, OJ, your stream yesterday was crazy. Went on for hours. I loved it. Watch all of it at work. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Newall DT. What game do you recommend to fill in the time before Pokemon? I just finished Luigi's Mansion 3. Just go to your backlog. Don't buy a new game. There's no need to buy a new game because Pokemon's coming out next week. So just go into your backlog and play something. Let's see here. BCZ 130 says Capcom has been doing a great job in the recent years compared to the last gen. Yeah, they've been doing a good job. Let's see. At least for games like Dragon's Dogma, Okami, and Phoenix Wright trilogy, we're on Switch at low prices and are released. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Capcom does get crap, which is that's fine, and I get it for stuff like no Resident Evil 2 remake or Devil May Cry 5. People complain about that type of stuff, ports and all that. But at least they're doing that, At least the minimum they're doing that. And Dragon's Dogma was actually really good. It's really good on the Switch. Yeah, Capcom just cheap and lazy. I don't know if they're not cheap and lazy. They're not cheap and lazy. I don't think the output that they do, they're not cheap and lazy. In my opinion, Capcom isn't. There's some stuff that they can do better, but I don't think they're cheap, and I don't think Capcom is cheap and lazy. I don't think they're a cheap and lazy developer. If you're re-releasing stuff, that's not lazy to re-release stuff. The thing that I don't understand about Nintendo fans is that they'll sit there and they'll complain all day about not getting re-releases or whatever the case is, and then they'll complain when a company does re-releases. It's like you complain that Sega doesn't re-release stuff or doesn't do HD stuff. Capcom does it, and all of a sudden it's a problem. It's like, we got to make up our mind here. People complain that there's no virtual console, but then when Capcom re-releases old games, all you do is re-release old games. Like, you've got to be consistent here. Either you want old games being re-released all the time, or you don't. There's no, it's not. You're not cheap or lazy if you don't do that. I don't think making Resident Evil 2 remake isn't lazy. It's not cheap. It's not cheap or lazy. Making Monster Hunter isn't cheap or lazy. So to brand all of Capcom that I think is unfair. I think that's a bit unfair to Capcom, considering the type of work that they do. Resident Evil 2 remake is not lazy. Devil May Cry 5 isn't lazy. Mega Man 11 isn't lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, these games aren't lazy. Monster Hunter World isn't lazy. These are not lazy efforts. These are big games that take a lot of time, man. So I mean, I think it's a bit. Like, I get it. I get why you're saying that. A lot of people like to say it, but I mean, I just think I don't know. To me, I think it kind of craps on the developers who bust their ass making these games, man. I don't know. Let's see here. What's one of your fears? For me, it's flying. I hate planes. My fears. I don't know. I don't know if I have any really big fears. I always, fear that something happens to my mom. So that's maybe one of my only fears. I don't really care what happens to me, whatever happens to me, happens to me. I think I've lived a pretty good life. Obviously nothing, I don't want anything to happen to me, but I mean, like, I don't really fear anything, like, in terms of like self-harm or death or whatever the case is. Whatever happens, happens, right? Had good times. I was lucky to even be born in the first place. But in terms of like other people, I fear like for other people, like my mom or my sister or my brother, people like that. Sonic should be selling over 5 million units, yet they that crummy Sonic team be lame as hell and make some run-of-the-mill mediocre game. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Let's see here. Do you think Capcom can port Onimusha 2 and 3 to PS4 someday? Yeah, probably. What if Sega and Capcom planning on work together to make a fighting game? Maybe. We'll see. Capcom adjusted way better to the death of the arcades in the West compared to Sega. That's true. Some people enjoy complaining 24/7. Yeah, maybe. Let's. Exactly. Capcom is one of the best developers of all time. They are one of the best developers. I mean, I don't think you can sit there and call them lazy and cheap. Yes, they do some things that we don't like. There are some examples of them being somewhat lazy and being cheap, right? Or being stingy or overpricing or whatever the case is. That's true. But overall, are they a lazy developer overall? No. There are much other developers that we can sit here and say that are lazy or cheaper or don't do as good as Capcom. I mean, Capcom, everybody has room to improve. Everybody. Nobody's perfect, okay? And I get the criticism, okay? Nobody's perfect, but Capcom's one of the best in the business. I think Capcom's one of the better developers out there. I think they are. Porting over the worst version of the game is rather lazy and cheap. Furthermore, choosing the cheapest cards, forcing people to do download on the game is being very cheap. And those are specific examples. But Resident Evil 2 Remake, Devil May Cry 5, Mega Man 11, you know what I'm saying? Like Okami and all of these games, like you're naming all the negative things. You know what I'm saying? You're not naming all the positive things. Monster Hunter isn't cheap and lazy. The company themselves overall isn't cheap and lazy. Those specific examples, yes, those can be lazy or those can be cheap. But is Capcom overall cheap and lazy? No, they're not. Because they make a lot of high quality games that sell well and the fans respond and they review well. So is Capcom overall lazy? No. Are there instances of them being that they could be better? Absolutely. But when it comes down to it, no, they're not. Overall as a company, are they cheap and lazy? Probably not. They have enough good games, they sell enough copies, and they review high enough in terms of not being cheap or lazy to say that, oh yeah, they have some instances, but not overall. Let's see. Then there's Street Fighter 5. LOL. Enough said. No, not really enough said because you're ignoring everything that I just said. It's not enough said, Philip, because you're ignoring everything that I just said. Okay, tell me what's cheap and lazy about since you named all the bad things. You want to tell me what's cheap and lazy about Resident Evil 2 Remake? What's cheap and lazy about Devil May Cry 5? What's cheap and lazy about all of the good games that they've been releasing? You're naming only some of the bad things and you're not naming any of the good things. You know. So yeah, I don't even think, I mean, and that's another thing. I don't even think Game Freak's cheap and lazy. I don't even think they're cheap and lazy at all. They're owned by the Pokemon Company, and I don't even think they're cheap and lazy. Can they get better and improve? Absolutely. Are they going to get better and improve? Absolutely. But I don't even think they're cheap and lazy. As somebody who has some knowledge of game development and how things work and how much things cost, I don't even think they are. You know, I don't think they're cheap and lazy either. I think they're going to get better and they're going to continue. Could they get better and more experience? Absolutely. But are they cheap and lazy? No, I don't think so. A lot of you guys don't develop games. You guys have no process, no thought process of knowing how to develop games, and you don't have to. But as somebody who's actually worked with people who develop games in terms of contract, and I used to work with a company that contracted game developers and all of that, and I used to help them get jobs and talk to them, and they would talk to me, and I'd give feedback and say, hey, this is what something does and all of that, and I would know a little bit about it, even back when I worked staffing with IT. And as somebody who's went to E3 and talked to game developers and everything, no, it's not easy making games. Obviously, there's room for criticism. There's room to get better and improve. But the pessimistic view that a lot of gamers out there, when they have zero idea how to develop a game, is something that I will disagree with you on that. Yeah, there's a lot of instances of games being cheap or lazy or whatever the case is, but look at some of the bad games out there. When you see a really bad game that reviews bad and scores bad and it sucks and is broken, that's cheap and lazy, right? When we've seen certain games. But to get games to animate and to work properly and to play, a lot of you guys don't understand. You guys just talk, but that's fine. You guys are the consumers. You guys are not the developers, and I understand the thought process. Street Fighter 5 now is not a bad game. It always has a great gameplay. At release, however, it was really mediocre. I don't like Street Fighter 5, and they've done a lot in terms of improving the game. Yes, they've rushed. It was more of rushing it out to release. They did work hard on the game, but they did rush it out. Let me tell you something right now. To make a game like Street Fighter 5 is extremely difficult. To do what they did, animating the process, if you guys understood what some of these developers went through, you guys probably wouldn't say half the stuff that you say. But that's fine. Like I said, that's fine. It's like the same times like when you watch sports and you see an athlete fail or you see an athlete not do as well and you say, oh, that guy sucks. He's trash. He's horrible. But if you see the time and effort they put in, as somebody who's played, I've played at a high level or I've been around people that play at a high level. If you see the time and effort that professional athletes put into their craft, yet you still bash the hell out of them and you can't do a single thing that they do, it's kind of like that, which is why I stopped bashing professional athletes, even if they suck or they don't do a good job. The 49ers have been bad for a while, then they were kind of good and now they're good now. I don't sit there and bash the hell out of them because doing what they do is extremely difficult and extremely hard, and it's not easy. If you spent a day in their life in terms of training, preparing, get ready, all of that stuff, it's not an easy process. Once again, it's okay to criticize, and I get that, but I just don't think they're as lazy and as cheap as some of you guys tried to make them out to be. I agree that they can get better. Absolutely, they can get better at stuff. But when you look at some of the ports that Capcom has done, they got Digital Eclipse. If you talk to Stephen Frost, who's the lead producer on some of these ports that you're saying that are cheap and lazy and the worst versions of the games, dude, he's busting his ass on this, man. He's very passionate and he tries as hard as possible with this Digital Eclipse team to get the best ports possible. So if you talk to him, he's not going to be like, oh yeah, dude, I'm cheap and lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like Stephen Frost, he's a developer. He used to work for Sega, and now he does ports. Like a lot of the ports that you're talking about are trash and horrible. Go talk to him. I don't think he's not going to sit there and say, oh yeah, we suck and we're cheap and lazy. He's trying, man. He's trying as hard as possible, dude. Like he really is. So keep that in mind too, guys. I talk to these guys, man. I talk to him. He's not sitting there saying, oh yeah, I'm cheap and lazy. He's very passionate about his work and he tries as hard as possible. He really does. And their team, the Digital Eclipse, they try. Maybe they don't get up to expectations in terms of what they can do, but they're not trying. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the case. Let's see. RE2 Remake is probably one of my favorite games this gen. Capcom has made some decisions specifically with the Switch ports, but they are amazing. Konami on their hand. Yeah, you want to talk about somewhat lazy or bad business? Konami is 5,000 times worse than Capcom. There was never any under circumstances to release a game before it's 100% released or ready, and I understand that. That's something that they can get better at. I understand that. But that doesn't mean that they're lazy as hell and they didn't do any work and they're not trying. That doesn't mean that. You've never developed the game. Hell, you don't even have a profile picture, Philip. So I'm not going to sit here and agree with everything that you're saying. If you expect me to do that, you can sit here and you can argue your ass off all night. I'm not doing that. So either we agree to disagree or you move on. There's no way I'm going to sit here and say, oh yeah, they're just all trash, cheap, lazy as hell when I've spoken to these guys. They're busting, they're trying. They're trying. Yes, there's stuff that they can do to get better. Yes, I agree with you when it comes when in terms of the release of certain games and all that. But to sit there and just throw away all their work, bro, you don't even got a profile picture. You're too lazy to even put that. So I mean, I don't want to hear about being lazy and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to hear about all of that with all of Capcom. No, I disagree. Let's see. So yeah, I'm actually done responding to your comments. I'm done. I'm not going back and forth with you. Let's see here. You forgot to mention all the 3DS 3DS Capcom library as well. Yeah. Let's see here. What was something you dressed up as for Halloween in your childhood? A ghost, because we didn't have as much money. So my mom would take a white sheet, poke 2 holes in there, throw it over me, and say, "You're a ghost." Go trick or treating. You're a ghost. And then once we got back, my mom, she used to know how to sew, right? So then she would sew back in the holes that she punched out. She would sew them back in and say, "All right, go to sleep." So yeah, ghost. That was what I did. Let's see here. Nobody sets out to make a bad game. Any collaborative endeavor, it's difficult. A miracle, even get out the door. Yeah, exactly. But that's fine. Customers are going to talk this way. A lot of people talk, like, in chats or whatever. They talk without knowing, but that's fine. They're a consumer. They're not a developer. They're not on that side. They don't know. And ignorance is something that's very common with a lot of gamers and development of games. But that's fine. That's fine. A bit of ignorance, a bit of just, a bit of ignorance, and a bit of course, just being a consumer, which is nothing wrong with criticizing. Yeah, games shouldn't launch without being finished. Like, I agree with that. Like, if a game isn't ready to go, it probably shouldn't be, like, come out. But then again, at the same time, I think it's also subjective, and I think it's also hypocritical. Because you can technically say that Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which Philip is a big fan of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, that wasn't technically ready to be released, and yet it still came out. You know what I'm saying? And yet it still came out because there was a bunch of updates and a bunch of stuff that made the game significantly better, okay? Fundamental things. And I don't think Philip hasn't said anything about, well, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 wasn't ready to come out, but he'll sit there and complain about Capcom and say, oh, it should never release in any under circumstance. But you were praising Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which probably should have been a little bit more time before it came out, right? But hey, like I said, gamers, this is what gamers do. I get it. I understand from the consumer's perspective, All right, good night, Brian F. Thanks for coming out to the stream. My mom, let's see here. My mom gave me a towel and told me I'm Cinderella before she met her prince. What? How are you Cinderella? You need a dress. Did you even have like the outfit that she was wearing? A towel? What did you think of Resident Evil 2 Remake? The reason why I don't like it is because the story, I prefer the original. I don't know. Isn't the story like the original? It's the same story as the original. Let's see. Even a troll game stops being funny halfway through making it. Benny Foddy probably asked why several times after developing Get Over It. Okay. A towel. Let's see here. I like how everyone shows up. One of your streams, you're busy roasting someone. I'm not roasting anybody. I didn't roast anybody. Who did I roast? I roasted that guy that was on Twitch that talked about, in terms of who I look like and all that. I roasted him. I said his mom looks like E.T., but I didn't really roast. Who else did I roast? LOL, because I remember how Cinderella was like a servant to her family. Yeah, but she was wearing it. Like, did you not have? You could be like. That could have been. Why weren't you like a boxing coach, right? Like a boxing coach has a towel. Like, the guys that sit in the ring and say, "Hey, come on!" And they put a towel on the guy after or wipe him off. You could be that person too. I mean, like, I don't understand how you get a towel, then all of a sudden you're Cinderella. Were you wearing a dress? Was there a dress that was very similar, like kind of like a ran down dress? Well, I mean, there's got to be something else that makes that outfit. There's nobody that's going to know that you're Cinderella by just having a towel. By just having a towel. All right, take it easy, Fireblast. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Cinderella, man, was a great movie. It was a great movie, but how does having a towel make you that? I don't get that. I really don't. Are you interested in, or have you played Tokyo Marshal? Since I have, Scott 0003. I have a review on the game. I reviewed it back in 2016 for the Wii U, and yeah, I'll play the Switch version. OJ, so I'm ridiculously confused at how a towel makes you, Cinderella. I don't understand this thought process. I really don't. I really don't understand this thought process at all. Let's see here. What's up, OJ? Have you played Terry, or just or is he just okay in my he is just okay in my opinion? No, he's really good. He's actually pretty good. And yeah, I've played Terry. I had an 8-hour stream and played him for about 6 to 7 hours. Is this Cinderella thing a Gen X millennial thing? As a Zoomer, I wouldn't understand. Joking. Well, I don't think it is. Okay, so this is interesting. I want to read off this. Apparently, Masahiro Sakurai did an interview why Mai from Fatal Fury wasn't included, or what they'd be up against if they included Mai from Fatal Fury. So apparently, this is what Sakurai had to say. So Sakurai says one of the first things they say in overseas rating reviews is no guns. That I can understand, but in Japan they immediately ask, could you show us all the female characters upside down? Okay, it gets better. The interviewer says, well, that's are they checking for panty shots? Sakurai says, precisely. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U almost didn't make its scheduled release date because of ratings issues. We had to revise Palutena and Wonder Pink's models over and over again. The interviewer says, all because you might be able to see up their skirts? Seriously? Sakurai says, we had Palutena wearing shorts and made the inside of Wonder Pink's skirt too dark to see anything. Nevertheless, Seto told us the designs were sexually provocative. They were being ridiculous and frankly quite juvenile. The interviewer says, some players take great sport in finding that sort of suggestive material even where it doesn't exist. They see what they want to see. In that sense, it seems like exercise in futility for ratings boards to determine what is and isn't sexual. Sakurai says, underwear is just a piece of fabric. If you're more worried about something trivial like whether you can see some cloth than whether a game includes firearms, you clearly ought to get your priorities in order. So Sakurai's like, bruh, like, we can't even make these characters. And that's one of the biggest reasons why. Because you'd have to nerf that, you'd have to censor the hell out of her. Just like they had to censor Bayonetta. Although the thing about Bayonetta is Bayonetta doesn't have any, Bayonetta just gets like naked when she does her wicked weaves in her game. It's not anything to do about panty shots. She literally her hair is her body. Like her hair is her clothing on her body. And then they just censored like how much of the hair is being revealed, right? So that's what they did for Bayonetta. In this case, like the reason why Mai wasn't included is because they didn't want to deal with all this nonsense with the development. But Sakurai has a point. If you're more worried about, panty shots and that than firearms, there's something wrong, right? There's something wrong with it, but hey, it is what it is. Bodied. He says, LOL, but kids don't even look at things like that though. They just play the game. No, that's not true. Charity, let me tell you something. When I was younger and a game came out like Final Fantasy or anything like that, kids would particularly go to certain stages or look at certain things. Like for example, kids back in the day, whenever you played against Cammy in the arcade, you were happy. If you lost to Cammy, it was okay. Because if she won one match, what does she do? She turns around and you see a pixelated butt. And that was back in the day when we were teenagers and some of us kids or whatever the case is, right? So kids will sometimes even rotate, turn models, do certain things. Not everybody, not all kids, not everybody, but there was particularly kids. The Balrog stage. You guys remember the Balrog stage in Street Fighter with the women in the back, running back and forth in the bikinis? Stuff like that. Kids are always looking out for stuff like that. Final Fantasy, for example. Final Fantasy VII, in terms of some of the summons, would be like barely clothed, and kids would always point out this stuff back in the day, or teenagers would always point this out. This was something that was very, kids would definitely notice and talk about back in the day with certain games, and even still to this day, kids will do their best to do stuff like this. Whenever any character is wearing some type of skirt or some type of dress or something, they're gonna sit there and rotate weirdos are gonna sit there and do that, So yeah. He says, is this news? It's been like this for ages. Remember, nobody remembers the whole reason Dead or Alive still exists as a franchise. Well, yeah, it's news. If Sakurai is talking in a new interview about what's going on and about that stuff, then yeah, it's news. I don't know how this is. How is it not news? That's what I want to know. JH, how is this what he had to say not news when it's an interview and he's talking and he revealed a thing about Palutena and stuff like that and he gives his opinion. His opinion on that's definitely news. That's 100% news. As somebody who's been doing news for 10 years on YouTube and website, this is definitely news. Yes, this is news. Let's see here. They didn't have to censor Zero Suit Samus fusion suit. Well, yeah, that's not a panty shot though. You mean like the halter top with the booty shorts? It's a halter top with the booty shorts. That's not panty shots. That's booty shorts. Let's see here. I can't count how many times I've walked into my friend's dorm on campus and they're playing some camera toggle for Smash for reasons. LMAO, yeah. It's a shame that I think you meant Mai has the best character design SNK ever made. She probably has the best chance of becoming iconic, but nonsense like this is preventing that from happening. I don't think because the best character design, that's what? No, she doesn't. She's a booby ninja. What are you talking about? She does not have the best character design. You just like looking at pixelated jugs. Let's see here. The first DOA actually had really good fighting when it came to it. Okay, then never mind. Remember that good when developers were vigilant about that? You seem to be well informed on this topic. I am well informed. I am well informed. I am well informed about this. She does not have the best character. I think, like Lodi, there's other character designs that are better, in my opinion, than Mai. I mean, she has an iconic character design, but only because she's revealing so much. Just like Cammy has a great, Cammy has a great, Cammy's just wearing like a bodysuit, like one-piece thong bathing suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about the best character design. I don't know about all that, but I mean, if she wasn't half naked, would you be saying that? I don't think so. Let's see, who doesn't like booby ninjas? Oh no, booby ninjas are great. But to say that she has the best character design, no, it's only because she's half naked that people are even saying that in the first place. All right, take it easy, Dusty Slice. Thanks for coming out to the stream, man. Appreciate you. Isn't Mai from Shy Maiden looking character? No, you said me, or I'm talking about Mai from Fatal Fury. I'm talking about that Mai, the character that we're talking about here. I don't know what you're talking about. Mai jiggles more than any Dead or Alive character. I don't know, Dead or Alive. I mean, like what was it, Kazumi or whatever? She had a lot of jiggle back in the day. Back in the day, I used to play that Dead or Alive demo disc on the Xbox One. Dead or Alive, no, Xbox, the original Xbox, and I had like Dead or Alive 3 or 4 on there. And that girl has almost the same outfit design as Mai on Dead or Alive, right? It's like, but it's blue. Not quite as revealing, but the same type of, female ninja. And I used to always pick her. And yeah, I used to always do that. I wonder why. Let's see, how much sleep did I get? If you count this morning plus plus what I just recently got, about 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. Let's see here. You evidently never played the beach volleyball games. Oh yeah, well I played beach volleyball. I remember I used to play beach volleyball games. I played Dead or Alive beach volleyball. Yeah, I did. I actually did play that. I went out and bought it myself. I went out and bought it myself. Um, um, my jiggles more than a basketball that dribbles. Yeah. It happens, man. It happens. Good stuff though. Good stuff all around. All right. OJ, Tatonas? No, no, no. I'm just more. They're marginally okay. Charity. They're just okay. Uh, let's see here. The samurai thing is news. What samurai thing? Dead or Alive 4 had him in it. Can we get a hashtag Booby Ninja trending on Twitter? I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of old school fans and a lot of I wouldn't even say old school. There's a lot of fans out there that were very upset on Twitter today. Um, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Keep the questions coming though, guys. If you guys have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Feel free to drop them. Colby Wheeler says, "Hey OJ, if you knew you were gonna die tomorrow, what's the last game you played before you did? Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. I would freaking boot up Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, like absorb everything that I can, play, have fun. Smash Ultimate for sure. Or Chrono Trigger, one of those two. Smash Ultimate or Chrono Trigger." Or Fire Emblem Three House, or Fire Emblem Awakening, Chrono Trigger, or Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. One of those three, whatever was available to me, the easiest to play. I would just boot up Super Smash Brothers, try out all the characters, have fun, all of that good stuff, man. That's what I would do. Power Dunk. Let's see here. Not Xenoblade? Nah, not Xenoblade. Not Xenoblade. It would definitely be Smash. Smash, because Xenoblade I've already beaten the game and everything. So, I mean, and it's something that I played recently, so it'd be fine. But he said tomorrow. So I've been playing Xenoblade, so I would just play Smash and I would just have fun. Because there's just so much characters and variety. I'd probably finally play I don't know, the Spirits or whatever. What's it called? That single player mode that's in the game. I probably finally play that and probably turn it off after about an hour or so. I get into just playing with Terry. I just play it. I just, have fun. Oops, sorry. I was thinking of Nakoduru from Samurai Shodown. Okay, got you. Ever been to Japan? Thinking about taking a trip before going to a law school? Yeah, I'm actually thinking about going to Japan next year at some point or the year after. So, yeah, I'll definitely be heading to Japan at some point within the next 2 years. Mario Odyssey, yeah. And have a phone conversation with Arash before you pass. LOL, JK. That's something that I definitely need to do. I would have to have a phone conversation with Arash, just to kind of pick his brain a little bit. How does the Arash man speak? Who is Arash? Who is he? I think he has a really good heart though. To be honest, I think he has a super good heart. He's just he's an interesting character. I think his height plays a part into his confidence. That I think that's the problem that Arash is. I think he worries about height too much, and and like, you know, how to talk to. He just doesn't know how to talk to girls. I think he worries about women and how to talk, and his height is an issue for him. If he ever got past that and realized that he can use, you know, his looks beyond that, like, I think he'd be fine. But we'll see. I'm so curious to what his voice sounds like. Not gonna lie. He probably has like a light spoken voice. I don't know if you ever sound like he's Persian, so I don't know if you sound like Persian guys how they talk or their voices. They're usually a little bit lighter spoken voices. When I went to Fresno State, there was actually we had a like Persian foreign exchange program student thing. Like we had a lot of foreign exchange students at Fresno State, and there was quite a number of Persian people that were there. So yeah, women and men. Let's see here. I played Xenoblade yesterday, so I'd play Smash. Literally spent 8 hours plus playing today playing Smash. You did? Nice, Aron. There you go. I'd probably try to. I'd play Astral Chain too. I think Astral Chain would be in the consideration of what games I would play as well. Astral Chain would be one of them, for sure. Tommy Raiku, what's up, man? How's it going, Tommy? Thanks for coming out to the stream, man. I was talking about you. Oh, you said OJ. I would play Xenoblade. Yes, I played Xenoblade yesterday. Oh, so I'd play Smash. Literally played 8+ hours. Oh, okay. You're making fun of me with what I did. Well, I played how many hours of Xenoblade recently though? I did put a ton of time into Xenoblade, but Terry just came out, you know. But I've been recently playing. That's what I'm saying. I've been recently playing Xenoblade a lot more than I've been playing Smash. So I would just play more Smash. It's going meh. It's going meh. H Modern Hero. H Modern or Modern, yeah, Modern Hero says, "What's up? What's up, man?" DJ Ashley, what's up, man? How's it going? How's it going, DJ? Good to see you guys here. This interview with Sakurai is really interesting, though. It's great. Looks like if you're in the New York area, Nintendo New York is hosting a midnight launch event for Pokemon Sword and Shield, so you guys can check out that. Charity says, have you heard from Christian or Ethan? I feel like they've been gone for a minute. Yeah, Christian was here just the other day. And I follow Christian on Twitter. Christian's just extremely busy with work. Christian will be off tomorrow though from work, so he'll probably hang out tomorrow. He's just been really busy. Christian's a busy man. Let's see here. And who's the other guy? Ethan's busy with school. Let's see here. BCZ 130 says, game I would play would be Zelda Ocarina of Time. First game that I personally own and didn't have to share. Nice. Hey, you got that Etika merch? I've got a ton of Etika merch. I've got $400+ of Etika merch. Let's see here. Hey, OJ dear, I just got a Dreamcast today. Nice. I need to buy a Dreamcast myself. Isaiah Adams says, are you buying Pokemon Sword and Shield digital or physical? Both, baby. Well, actually, I'm probably going to get a digital code, and then I'm going to be buying the game physical. The interview really does show how Japanese people don't give a crap about the sensibilities of the West. Yeah, that's true. It's interesting. It's very interesting thought process and how things go. But it is what it is, you know. It is what it is. I'm sorry for being misunderstood. I didn't mean that Sakurai explained why Mai was included wasn't news. I meant that the kids looking hard and spending time on getting panty shots in the games wasn't news. Okay, I wish you would have specified that when you said it, you know? But yeah, okay, cool, I got you. You know? Got you. Typing while getting off the bus on my way to work. Shout outs though, JHS. I'm glad that you cleared it up there. But no, you're good, dude. You're good. So yeah. Any other questions, boys and girls? We're probably gonna do we're gonna stream for about another probably about 30 minutes or so. So get a nice 2.5-hour stream. I think that'll be good. And so then I can probably just get to bed. I'm gonna go to sleep. I know I already slept earlier, but I'm gonna go to sleep a little bit early just so I can wake up and go to the gym tomorrow morning and kind of get some content for you guys throughout the day and everything like that. So yeah, man, sounds good. So keep the questions coming. Got about 30 minutes or so. So good stream tonight, guys. Good stream. A lot of fun. So if you get the digital code, do you just leave your physical version in plastic and never open it? No, what I usually do if I get a digital code, I usually give away a digital code and then I buy the game myself. Like for example, I did that for like Xenoblade. I did that for Luigi's Mansion. I did that for like a lot of games. And then I will buy the game myself like, and play the physical copy for most games, most Nintendo first party games. You leaving already, Velvet? All right, take it easy, Velvet. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Appreciate the support on the channel. What's my favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is probably like Charmander or something, Charizard, like that Pokemon. Or like, Growlithe. Growlithe and Arcanine. Those are my favorite. Those are my two favorite Pokemon. Charizard and Arcanine. Morning gym time is key for consistency. Yeah, I go like morning or afternoonish, but yeah. I have a new streaming schedule, so. All right, take it easy, Velvet. Thanks for coming out to the stream. No one cares about Charmander. I like Charizard. I like Charizard, the Pokemon Charizard. He asked me what my favorite is. I think Charizard's somewhat popular Pokemon, right? I think he is somewhat. I really like Typhlosion. Always wish it was it got more love. I like Typhlosion too. I'm a big fan of fire Pokemon. Like I like Ninetales. I like Rapidash. I like fire Pokemon a lot, you know. So a lot of the fire Pokemon are my favorites, you know. Would you recommend Splatoon 2 if you have bad internet? I'm in the Midwest and really play online because of it. Splatoon 2 is gonna work better online than like a game like Smash Brothers for sure. That it's gonna work a little bit better for you. You might see some paint, you know, coming up, you know, kind of later delayed, but Splatoon 2 is gonna work better, you know, online for you. But I think like a game like Smash is gonna be tough for you with bad internet in the Midwest, you know. So how about Cyndaquil? Well, Cyndaquil's the evolution. Cyndaquil, then Cyndaquil's like the beginning one, right? So we're just talking about like, you know, the final forms. Death Stranding went down to 83 on Metacritic. Yeah, I already saw that on Twitter. I think Kid Smooth posted that on Twitter that it's at 83 on Metacritic, which is fine. I'm still gonna play the game on Friday. Yeah, Typhlosion stats aren't the best. Not the best. Charity says, Player, I was watching, you spelled my name wrong. You called me Play Essence, which is fine. I was watching one of Jordan's videos and was at the mall in San Antonio. That's like 20 minutes away from me. I didn't know he was from San Antonio too. Jordan Fringe is not in San Antonio. He's not from San Antonio. Maybe he was visiting for whatever, but no, he's from like Connecticut or like Delaware or something. Like he lives in like the East Coast. I don't see Death Stranding getting Game of the Year with that Metacritic. No, it can't. It can't get Game of the Year with that Metacritic score, funny bitches. Go to sleep, Velvet. Yeah, I don't see it get 83 average on Metacritic. It can't get Game of the Year. Even with the 85, that was already tough. That was already tough with that. Okay, I got excited. I thought he lived there. Nah. He was just visiting for I think it was like a convention, like Retropalooza or something. I forgot what convention it was. Not too many games, but he was just visiting. But he lives like in like, I don't know, some type of tiny East Coast state like Delaware, Connecticut, or New Hampshire or something like that. I don't know, or like, you know, Pennsylvania, which is not that small, but you guys know what I'm talking about. All those little tiny East Coast states. Kojima just needs to make a movie. His studio is making movies. They already stated that they're going to be making movies. Kojima Productions will be making movies. So there you go. Besides Pokemon, what games are you looking forward to for the rest of 2019? I don't know. There's not many releases left. I mean, Luigi's Mansion already came out. I mean, what else do we have? I think the Panzer Dragoon, if that's coming out this year. We have Star Wars. I'm looking forward to maybe that, seeing how that game's going to come out. But I mean, there's not many more games that I'm looking forward to by the end of this year. I'm kind of set, man. I got Smash Brothers. I got Terry. We got our games for this year. I got plenty of games to play. Still stuff that I got to finish. Still got to do more of a Tell Your Rise. I mean, I got plenty of games to play. So, what about you, man? What are you looking forward to? Panzer Dragoon is early 2020, digital only at first. Well, there you go. Then it's not even this year. We gotta wait. Gotta wait a bit longer for it. Let's see. Even though we have quite a few, I'd like to see a second Pokemon trainer as a Smash fighter representing a different region. Oh, man, I don't think they're gonna do that. The Pokemon trainer is already a difficult character to make. I don't think they're gonna do that again. I honestly don't think they're gonna do that again, man. But we'll see. We will see, sir. We will see. All right. I think Pokemon is going to be my last major game this year. We'll check out Death Stranding. Yeah, Death Stranding. I'm going to check that out. Pokemon. I don't know. I mean, what other games come out in December? Like, I don't know if there's any other big games. Like, December is pretty much a dry period, which is fine because we have plenty of games throughout the year, that are out that we can play. And like we have the Game Awards in December, so there's always hype and fun. But I mean, I'm not really sure what we're going to be, what's going on. Let's see. Are you into Final Fantasy / Kingdom Hearts series? I'm into Final Fantasy a bit, and I'm into Kingdom Hearts not too much. But I'm not really hardcore into either one of those. I'm actually more into, when it comes to Square Enix, I actually like the Mana series more. So I'm actually really excited for like Trials of Mana, and I'm into like Bravely Default, Octopath Traveler. I'm into more of that from Square Enix than Final Fantasy. I actually do like those games more than Final Fantasy. When it comes to Kingdom Hearts, I just don't find Kingdom Hearts gameplay to be that amazing like everybody else does. I can see that it's cool and I know why people like it, but I'm not a fan of like the super complex or weirdo story, and not the biggest fan of the action in the game, like in terms of the gameplay mechanics and like kind of what they do. And like I remember Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, I was like spinning around like on like light poles and stuff, and it's like you're like jumping off of like walls, and it just wasn't like, I think that's when I just said, all right, I think I'm kind of done with this series. Was after Dream Drop Distance. Not that it's a bad game, it's actually a good game, and there are great games in the Kingdom Hearts franchise, but I'm just like, I don't think I need to play this anymore. I think that was like, all right, I'm done, and then I bought the Kingdom Hearts, what was it, the 2.5 or 2.8 remix HD, and I played that on the PS4, and I'm like, I don't even care. Like I booted it up and started playing. I'm like, I don't even care. And I just returned it. Like I bought it on Amazon. I was like, I don't care. And I returned it. I streamed it too. I think I streamed it on the channel for a little bit. And I was just like, this isn't appealing to me. After playing like Xeno and playing other games, I'm like, I don't think I like this. So I think I'm kind of done with this Kingdom Hearts franchise, to be honest, man. So yeah. Isaiah says, I saw people being salty about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate being the best-selling fighting, I think you meant fighting, you said finding, but fighting game of all time, saying that they only sold that much because of casuals and more of a party game. Yeah, that's just pure salt. That's just pure salt. But hey, it is what it is. It's not a lot of people. It's just idiots with a loud microphone with Twitter. So nobody's worried. RAR 2003, hey man, sub. Hey man, sub, how's life? It's doing good, man. How are you, RAR 2003? How are you doing, man? How's your life? We're still waiting on Dark Crystal's Tactics and Sakuna Rice and Ruin. So maybe they'll be December. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm interested in that Sakuna Rice and Ruin game. That's one that I'm interested in. Can you believe? Okay, you're acting weird, so I'm just gonna go ahead and time you out for a little bit. Let's see here. Scotty says, "Can you believe Can you believe that people are complaining about mine not being a cameo?" LMAO. Yeah, I can believe that because the internet people complain about anything and everything. So yeah. Yeah, they're complaining about a cameo, exactly. But yeah, it's not really anybody. Nobody important is actually complaining about that. But it is what it is. People complaining about everything on the internet. That's the whole point. You know, Twitter's motto should be, "Welcome to Twitter. What have you complained about today?" That should literally be the motto of Twitter. How's your complaining going today? Oh, okay. Thank you for the follow, RAR2003. Okay, I thought maybe you were a troll. I'm not sure if you are or not. But my bad. You got time. Let me untime you out. Well, I can't do it now. Never mind. But either way, thank you for the thank you for the follow. Appreciate that, man. I thought maybe you were something that kind of was like trollish. So yeah, booby ninjas need more representation. They do. They do. Jose, you plan on doing a 24-hour stream soon? No, Scotty Fresh. No. Let's see here. Suzumia says booby ninjas. Hashtag booby. Exactly. Do you think they might add one of the new Pokemon to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? I think it's a possibility. Yes, absolutely. I think that there could be a Pokemon from, I think there's a possibility there could be like one new Pokemon from like Sword and Shield added into Super Smash Bros. Via DLC some way, shape, or form. Yeah. Xavier Quaseda, what's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. All right. Good night, Kenko. Thank you for the support tonight, man. Thank you for the JoJo boys. Ended the stream as the top stream ninja, or at least you leaving. So shout outs, man. Thank you. I appreciate the support tonight, man. Which would you like? I don't know. I have to look at more of the new Pokemon and I have to kind of see like what's going on and which one that I would pick. I don't know. I don't know what Pokemon I would pick. I don't know if I'd pick a Pokemon from like Sword and Shield, like a newer one. If I had to pick a Pokemon, from, to be in the game, it would I would want somehow for Arcanine to get. I mean, and I know we already have a fire Pokemon with Charizard in there, but I would like for some way, shape, or form that I can play as Arcanine in the game. But Arcanine, he's like a dog, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be hard to put Arcanine in the game. Like, how do you like Arcanine grabbing people and all that? Like that doesn't even make sense, right? Like Ivysaur makes sense a little bit more because like he has like the Vine Whips and all that, but like I don't know. How do you put a like dog Arcanine in the game? That'd be really weird, So I don't know. Maybe you can like Hitmonlee or like Hitmonchan. No, Hitmontop. If they can somehow make Hitmontop the Pokemon that spins on his head, if they can somehow make Hitmontop in the game, that would be the Pokemon that I would want. 100%. Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, or Hitmontop. One of those three, but Hitmontop would be so hilarious fighting against a Pokemon that spins on his head and kicks you and stuff like that. That would be dope. Hitmontop. There we go. You mean like Duck Hunt? Yeah, but Duck Hunt, that's true, but they put a duck with him on there. You know what I'm saying? And that's true. He looks ridiculous. You're right. They can get it done. They could get it done, but I mean, there's a piranha plant in the game, so I guess they can make Arcanine work. But if I had one that I can pick, it would be Hitmontop for sure. Hitmontop, absolutely Hitmontop, Kimmer. But yeah, Kimmer, you're right about that. They do have Duck Hunt in there, but he does have the duck on there to help him out. So, but also that's true. Like, how would you think a duck would attack? But they can do anything at this point. Um, it did? Oh. Nah, Pseudo Wudo for Smash for sure. That stupid tree Pokemon? Hell nah, dude. Hitmontop would kick the crap out of that Pokemon. Isn't that Pokemon a rock Pokemon? You beat the crap out of him. Nah, Hitmontop is better. Who would you want? Some freaking tree, stupid looking tree Pokemon? Or freaking a Pokemon spinning on his damn head? You're kidding me. Hitmontop would easily be the coolest Pokemon to be added into Smash Brothers. Y'all naming some corny, y'all naming some corny Pokemon over here, man. What you wrote? Okay, hey, if I could come up with a frog get move set, I'm pretty sure Arcanine can get one. Oh, okay, you're talking about that came out all sorts of weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. We did come up with a Frogger move set. You know, so I'm pretty sure no, Arcanine would have I mean extreme speed, right? Like flamethrower, just like Charizard has, like scratch, bite, you know, like all that stuff. Like, yeah, you could do it. You know, you could do it with Arcanine, but you have to remember they'd have to scale Arcanine. Arcanine, I think, is like 6'3", right? So Arcanine, believe it or not, is actually a massive, huge fire dog Pokemon. He's gigantic, right? So is he going to be a heavy in the game? You know, what would Arcanine like? There would definitely be some stuff that they'd have to do. Like, are you going to make this huge dog on the screen? I mean, they could. Look, you look at Donkey Kong, you look at King K. Rool, big reptile, big monkey, or gorilla, or ape, or whatever. So they can definitely do it. You know, but I think it would just definitely be it'd be interesting. But it'd be cool. I'd be down. I'd be down for Arcanine in the game. To be honest, Smash needs a Breloom. Breloom? I forgot. I remember the name, but I don't remember what the Pokemon looks like. Breloom. Images. That Pokemon? Oh, I had a Breloom. I remember this Pokemon. Yeah, I mean Breloom is it's like that bipedal Pokemon with the like mushroom head or whatever. I don't know, man. I mean he's cool. He's cool looking. Do some tail. He kind of looks like it's kind of like Mewtwo almost, right? Like with the tail and everything. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it'd be cool. Breloom's dope. Let's see here. Ditto for Smash, and then he has the copy ability. Um, I mean, Suicune is in Pokken games, so yeah. Yeah, Pokken works a bit differently, but you're absolutely right about that. Suicune is in there. They have, who else they have? I mean, they have a chandelier that's floating in that game, too. Smash needs Miltank. You want a Miltank in there? Pseudo Widow is pure metal, and his only weakness is spray bottle. I think metal Mario mixed with Mr. Game and Watch. I don't care, Kyle. I don't care at all. To me, Hitmontop would beat the crap out of him. I don't care what the weaknesses and resistance. It doesn't matter. Hitmontop's the better Pokemon. And for Smash, which would you rather see? A stupid tree-looking Pokemon or a Pokemon spinning on his head and kicking you? Think about that for a second. Think of Hitmontop's moveset. He's spinning on his head and kicking you. That seems like a lot cooler than a tree Pokemon, dude. I'm sorry. I can't sit here and say that a Pokemon spinning on his damn head isn't more cool than a tree Pokemon. No, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. There's nothing that you guys can sit here and say about Pseudo Wudo or anything that's going to tell me that he's going to be better than a Pokemon spinning on his damn head. You really think we're in random Q&A, Golden Oracle. Let's see here. You really think I really think a Mortal Kombat should get an X rep. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Fire Emblem will keep me busy until Christmas. Then I'll get Link's Awakening and Luigi's Mansion 3. All right, there you go. Twist. Digimon comes to Smash. I don't know if Digimon would ever come to Smash. Talonflame. Talonflame. That's the bird, right? That's the yeah, the bird. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. A bird by itself, because can it fly the whole time? You know, like what's like Duck Hunt Dog? The duck is carrying the dog. I know in Smash Brothers for Smash Brothers Brawl they used to have flying Pokemon, right? Talonflame would be very interesting. I like Talonflame. I have one. But that'd be a very interesting Pokemon to put in the game. Very interesting. Very interesting. But if they would need Sub-Zero and Scorpion, they could just do with one. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna. I don't think Sub-Zero Scorpion's gonna get into the game, guys. See, Pokemon needs some Fire Emblem style. Bring in Sirfetch'd. Sirfetch'd would be interesting. He's so tiny though, isn't he? But yeah, I mean, there's tiny Pokemon in the game already. There's Pichu's super tiny. Kirby's tiny. Kirby's not a Pokemon, but Kirby's tiny. Pikachu's tiny. So Talonflame is the best out of all the regional birds. I had a really good Staraptor, dude. I had a Staraptor that was like nearly 400 speed and was like 500 something physical attack. So I would freaking like, but his defense was trash. Like, and I would just freaking Brave Bird people and knock them out in one hit back in the day. It was great. I don't know if that strategy probably it's not gonna work as good in today's day, but back then that was fun. I would just do Brave Bird. I had the perfect Staraptor, dude. He had IVs, EVs was all perfect, and Brave Bird, he was fast and he was super strong. One hit KO sweeper, dude. Kirby, I was talking about Kirby's physical appearance in Super Smash Brothers, not about his battle capability. So you said Kirby ain't tiny no more. No, he's actually still tiny in the game. He's actually still a small character in the game. His buffs don't make him any bigger than what he actually is. He's still actually tiny. We weren't talking about his battle abilities. We weren't talking about his buffs. We were talking about his physical appearance. And no, he's still tiny compared to other characters in the game. All right, got working 6 hours. All right, then. We're getting near the end of the stream too, boys. Cuneo from River City Ransom should come to Smash. I don't know, man, because we already got kind of like a fighting game brawler type of character. I don't know if we need another one, like that. So I personally don't think so, but it is what it is. Nah, Kirby's still a small little puffball, but I got you.
Hey, you. I want to shake your hand.
Juice Man Vaughn with the donation. Yo, shout out to Juice Man Vaughn with the $2. I want to shake your hand. And he says, play Mystical Forest from Tekken 6. All right. Mystical Forest from Tekken 6. I got you, man. Thank you for the support. Appreciate that. Mystical Forest. I want to shake your hand, Juice Man. You're still up, dude? Freaking, what is it? 11, 12, 1, 11, 12, 1, 2 a.m. in the East Coast, boys. Yo, y'all up late. You too, Kimmerix, Evan. Up late as hell, man. Go to sleep. Breath of Fire and Smash would be dope. Yeah, Breath of Fire would be lit. Absolutely, I think a Breath of Fire character would be really cool. Conquer on Smash. What do you think? I'm not a big Conquer fan. I'm not huge on Conquer. He's a stupid looking squirrel. Busy. Yeah, I know, man. Editing news waves and doing all your art and all that stuff, man. Yeah, man. Busy. I spent all day playing Super Smash Brothers. Terry. I spent 8 hours playing Terry. So, let's see. Hard to go to sleep. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna relax tonight a little bit more after the stream. I'm gonna probably, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might play some Xenoblade, relax. I don't know. Let's see here. That was my fave on the N64, but it was really hard to beat. Okay. Jason James.
Hey, you. I want to shake your hand.
Aaron with the $2 donations. I want to shake your hand. Hey, you. Can you play Final Fantasy 3 Eternal Wind? Final Fantasy 3 Eternal Wind. Absolutely, I can play that for you. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate that, Aaron. Thank you for the 2. Flashpoint Wolf, professional meme, says, I have to say Terry's probably my least hyped DLC character so far. Well, yeah, probably because you didn't grow up with Terry. You didn't play Fatal Frame and all that, so that's the reason why he's not hyped. No Gone and Killua. No Gone and Killua, because Smash is for good boys and girls. Gone and Killua. No anime. We all know anime characters aren't happening, man. We all know that's not happening. Jason James says it will never happen, but Master Chief or Katana for Smash would make my day. Katana, Master Chief could happen. I don't know why you say it would never happen when we got Banjo on. We literally just got Banjo, so why wouldn't like another Microsoft character happen? I don't know why you said it would never happen. We don't know. It could. In terms of Katana, yeah, I don't know if Katana would ever come, man. But it's possible. Both those characters are possible. I don't know if we can never say never. I mean, we got Cloud, we got Mega Man, we got Pac-Man, we got Banjo, we got Joker. We got all sorts of characters in this game, man. Master Chief would break the internet. It would definitely be big. It'd definitely be big, that's for sure. It'd definitely be big, that's for sure. All right, let's get this next music track going here. Thank you guys for the support tonight. This is Final Fantasy 3 Eternal Wind. All right. Let's get this next one. This is a good track, actually. Nobuo Uematsu. Not gonna lie, Killua would be really fun to play as in Smash. Oh, he'd be dope. There's a lot of anime. I think there's a lot of anime characters that'd be really fun to play as in Smash. There's a lot of cool ones. I mean, Naruto would be great to play as in Smash, dude. Or like the fourth Hokage, like Yondaime, or like somebody from the Naruto franchise. That'd be dope, dude. I mean, everyone's gonna say Goku or something like that. There's all sorts of cool anime characters. Gon would be awesome, or Killua. There's so many anime characters that would be dope. I mean, I know people would say like Luffy or from like One Piece, or I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on in terms of anime characters, man. I have to choose. If I have to choose about Master Chief and Doom Guy, I choose Doom Guy. It just depends on what you like, you know. Just depends. If we get Bravely BOF or Sora, I'll be completely LMAO. What's BOF? Like a Bravely default character? So you mean like who? Like Tiz or what? Adia? And in terms of this, I think people would go nuts if we got Sora. People would definitely go nuts if we got Sora. We need Naruto Fighters Z, please. Yeah, that'd be nice if we got like a Naruto Fighters, or we got like a good fighting Naruto game. That'd be really cool. But speaking of anime, guys, I'm actually really excited. I'm getting more and more hype for Dragon Ball Kakarot. That game that's coming out PS4, Xbox One, and PC. I'm actually getting weirdly excited for that game. I don't know why, but I just am. I saw some more footage of it, like Dragon Ball Z RPG. It actually looks pretty cool. And I think I'm getting more excited for that game as time goes on, because it's coming out late January. So, or is it late January? Either way, I'm getting more excited for that game. We would love to see Hat Kid in Smash. Some of y'all be saying the dumbest. What is Flashpoint? What is Hat Smash? Or what is Hat Kid? Who's Hat Kid? What are you talking about? But there are a lot of others that deserve deserve the spots more. Okay, I got you. But what Hat Kid are you talking about? What are you talking about? Hat in Time? That's what I'm thinking. Like, Hat in Time? LTG is DLC for Smash. You just put like, I don't know, like TJ Combo or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That'd be cool. I really like Terry. It says Pate Gaming. Okay, there you go. Thank you for the donation, Aaron, and hopefully you enjoyed the music, man. That was beautiful. I love that track. Tanjiro for Smash. You think it's worth it to buy a PS4 Pro right now? I only have a Switch and Switch Lite. Should I just wait next gen? You should just wait at this point, Jason James. If you're okay with Switch, you know, and you got enough games to play, like if you're okay with Nintendo's lineup of games and you're not dying to play anything on PS4, if you've waited this long, you can wait one more month. Or sorry, you can wait one more year. If you've waited this long, you can wait another year for a PS4. Like there's no point in buying a PS4 Pro right now and spending, you know, $350 to $400 for a PS4 Pro when you can put that money towards a PS5 and just get that, and it'll be backwards compatible with PS4 games, and you get the new system. So nah, it's not worth it. Terry's pretty technical, but that's good. That's the good thing about Smash. You have technical characters and you have characters that are, you know, easier damage. So if people want to use the technical characters, though, do offer a lot of benefits. You know, so if you can master their technicality, it's good. I think the variety is good. What are your thoughts on Terry? I think he's upper mid tier. Yeah, I think he's like a midish upper mid tier character. His recovery's bad, but the power wave and the power dunk and the Buster Wolf and the go meter that doesn't go away after. I mean, they should have put that up to about 120%. But when you get that at 100%, that is key. You can just body people with his Buster Wolf. I think Terry's a good character. I think he has combos. He has combo starters. Like there's a lot of stuff that hits at a lot of percentages. I mean, he can do some really cool stuff. I like Terry. I actually do like him. Says okay, solid. Yeah, thanks. That makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. So I think he's upper mid to high tier character. Yeah, I think he's definitely. I mean, if people put him high tier character, I think I would put him up there. But I think the problem that you're gonna run into is that his recovery. I think that's what makes him not at the top echelon, I guess, is his recovery. His recovery is pretty bad. You know, his recovery is not good. But everything else is really good about Terry. I really don't like his forward air, though. I don't like his forward air. Like, it works and you can do some stuff with it. But his forward air is a little... I hate the slanted down. The hitbox is so awkward at times, man. But, hey, it is what it is. His neutral air is god tier, though. I love his neutral air. So yeah. All right. I still need to watch Demon Slayer. All right. Yeah, one of his worst matchups is Sonic. Interestingly enough, I don't know, man. I mean, what beats out a spin dash versus a spin dash versus his side B? Which one wins out? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Sonic would be that bad of a matchup for Terry. I want to know what wins out. Because I mean, if somebody's spin dashing and you're doing your special attacks, you can catch them like with your Buster Wolf and stuff like that. So I don't know. I need to see some more high level match, like the best Sonics versus, you know, good Terry players before I say what's bad matchups and good matchups and all that. You know. Because yeah, I remember like for example, people were already saying also stuff like, oh yeah, Terry's a horrible matchup, or at least not people, but VC was saying like Terry's a horrible matchup for like for King K. Rool. King K. Rool beats out, Terry, and that's just from playing against me. And I just started playing the game and I was getting bodied, But then after I practiced a bit and I started doing some stuff, I'm like, oh, okay. Then I got better, and then all of a sudden the matches were a lot closer, and then I was winning sometimes too. So I mean, you need to lab things out more. You need to see what projectiles beat what does what. There's still a lot more work to be done, when it comes down to it at the end of the day. Let's see here. Let's see. The problem is that you can't catch him. I'm pretty good at Smash, and it went 0-5 against Sonic, but I smashed the Samus. Yeah, it just depends. Like I said, it just depends. I mean, you're still new. You're still new. You know what I'm saying? And that might be a little bit of a matchup. that you have issues with. But I don't know. We need to still see it. And I'm not saying that what your opinion is wrong, but I want to see more, of it before I make, okay, this is a bad matchup. This is like, I want to just see a bit more, before I make those type of things. Just because, one person or not loses, like I want to see high level, a lot of high level players, and I want to see like somebody grind out that matchup just to see how it is. I'm not saying that there isn't problems. You probably could have problems catching him and all that, but the thing about it is that you have power wave. You know what I'm saying? Like you can just, if Sonics are just spin dashing and you can't catch them, just shoot your power wave at them. That's going to make them approach you, and then your aerials are going to be just as good, if not better, right? So if you can't catch them, just power wave them. Just keep on doing the power wave on the ground. If he's going to try to run away and all that, you do have that ability. You can zone a little bit. So there is that, and then when you can catch him on spin dashes. So yeah, you might not be able to catch up to him, run up to him, and do all your combos and all that. You just got to play a little bit more campy against the Sonic, right? So maybe you just got to change up your style. Because Sonic doesn't have a projectile, and you have the power wave that goes across. So you can make Sonic jump, you can make him approach you, and Sonic's aerials are good, but Terry's aerials are pretty good. Like his up air is good, his neutral air is good, combo starter, his back air is really good. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like you have those abilities, at your toolset. So maybe you need to just grind out the matchup a little bit more, I don't know the matchup though. I don't know what's good or not. I just need to see. I saw Tweak playing against like a Sonic. I think Tweak played against a Sonic or two when he was streaming. He seemed to do okay against that Sonic and Elite Smash. But we'll see. Maybe it is a bad matchup. Maybe it is. Let's see, bro. I'm spamming power waves and Sonic has a homing attack. That's true. But you can always do. I mean, after a power wave and he spams a homing attack on you, you can always block. I mean, like, I don't know his homing attack, like, where are you spamming it from, like, in terms of the side of the screen and all of that, if he's anticipating you doing a power wave and he does a spam, like a homing attack, block, counteract from there. Like I said, I mean, I didn't run into any Sonics online. I can see why it might be an issue, Juice Man. I'm not saying that it isn't. I just said I just want to see a little bit more. That's all. Source seems incredibly likely that it's going to happen, to be honest. Based off of what? How long before people start complaining that Terry is broken? LOL. It hasn't happened yet, just because Terry's recovery is pretty bad. But I mean, I don't know. We need to see high level players. Like if MK Leo picks up Terry and starts winning majors, then yeah, that's when we're gonna start seeing. Once the pro players start getting Terry and really, doing stuff with him, that's when we're gonna see them. Some people say that there might be some brokenness or whatever the case is. So yeah. Or maybe even the crack shoot, maybe doing that on the homing attack, Juice Man. I'm looking at his moves here, or even like the power geyser when you have your 100%, that can kind of anti air with it. Based off the most requested from the US, EU, and Japan. The most requested doesn't get into Super Smash Brothers though, Flashpoint Wolf. That doesn't mean, just because you request something doesn't mean it's gonna get in. So I wouldn't, bro. I'll be honest, man. I wouldn't bank on that, because if it doesn't happen, you get upset, you're gonna be the first person complaining online. So I wouldn't bank on it. I just enjoy the ride, my man. I don't know. But hey, if it happens, it happens. Great. Let's see here. Oh, I try to stay away from that. Yeah. All right. Take it easy, Brian. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Appreciate the bet is calling you. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. Too. Thank you guys so much for the support tonight. I do appreciate you guys. Definitely did really good. I think everybody was really tired from that Smash stream. We didn't have as much as usual, but that's okay. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be streaming again tomorrow. Tomorrow is the PE podcast, so we should have a good PE podcast. I don't know what time we're gonna do, but we're probably gonna do a little bit later than usual. So tomorrow, PE podcast should be a lot of fun. All right, guys. So we'll be back for that. We'll have OJ live as well. I don't know what time we're gonna have OJ live, but it'll probably be during the day once again. So we'll have one probably during the day, and then we'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll have the PE podcast a little bit later at night, probably like 8 p.m. EST or something like that, or maybe like 7:30. I'm not really sure, but we'll do a later PE podcast. All right, guys. So all right, man, sounds good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate you guys tonight. DGen PE podcast. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the support, love. Let me go ahead and go over the donations to everybody who supported tonight. So get you guys in again. Thank you, Kenko, or actually Jason James for the $1.99, Kenko for the 10, Ballson16 for the 10, Aron with the 2, Juiceman Vaughn with the 2, and also Aron again with the 2. Thank you guys so much for the support. I do appreciate that. You guys' support helps me keep the streams going and keep them lit. So thank you. So all right, guys, that wraps it up for this video. That wraps it up for this stream. No video tomorrow morning. I'll have a video for you guys out tomorrow afternoon or so. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. See you guys later.